Born and raised in Antigua and Barbuda, Anna carried a crown of creativity with her the moment she left home. At only 16, she stepped onto a stage and won her first pageant. But that trophy was only the beginning. In 2014, she moved to Toronto, Canada, with a singular mission to turn a lifelong love of beauty into a gift she could give to others. For over 15 years, Anna has shaped faces and stories. She's the proud founder of Lashmi Beat, and some of you may have noticed that on her channel handle, Lashmi Beat, a thriving beauty business and brand whose work appears across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Trained at Avola College of Hairstyles and Aesthetics in 2016, Anna blends classic technique with fearless creativity. From flawless bridal looks and magazine-ready photo shoots to high-energy music video sets and runway pageants, she's equally at home with a soft, natural glow or the intricate, unsettling elegance of special effects. And you're going to see a lot of that today as we have this conversation. Credits that include numerous short films, which she has done, and one major motion picture. And she's going to tell us about how that experience was for her, especially as an artist. Anna's work is not just about pigments and brushes. She's a modeling coach and mentor who trains others to stand taller, speak clearer, and carry themselves with the poise that makeup can unlock. Her true craft is translating how a person feels into how they look, helping shy clients walk away with wild smiles and newfound courage for private moments or public stages. Her approach is humble and bold at once. She insists clients should look like how they feel on the inside, not like someone else's idea of perfect. Faith and perseverance guide her. One of our famous quotes is, even when you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, have faith and know that you hold the key to your own destiny. And that is a mantra she lives by. So today's conversation is going to open up Anna's studio door. Whether you're a brand new person to makeup, curious about special effects, or even somebody who is afraid of trying, Anna is going to show you how to begin through a step-by-step, through a step-by-step practical approach. And she's also like a photographer, so she's going to also give us like tips, because I know you content creators are always very excited in terms of photography. So she's going to give us also tips on how to like hack this photography nightmare, on a budget. Without further ado, allow me to bring our guest co-host on stage so that she can welcome herself. She can welcome every one of you and introduce herself in the best way she knows how. Anna, welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing?
Hello, a pleasant good afternoon to one and all. My name
Good
is
afternoon.
Anastasia, aka Anabu, aka Lakshmi B. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. As you know, in that lovely intro, you can basically get the foundation of where I'm from, what I love doing, and all of that good stuff. I'm a good time. I love to spread positivity. I love the art of makeup. I am talented beyond my measure, but I'm so humble at the same time, and I want to share that with the world. So that's why I'm here today, and yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Guys, I like everybody's getting excited. How everybody's getting excited. Be okay says, I love that. Look how you feel. Look like how you feel on the inside, not the idea of perfect, someone else's idea of perfect. Anna, it's such an honor having you on the panel, and I know this has been like a plan in motion for like a long time, and I just want to say thank you so much for your time. How is Canada? What's going on there? Is it what's the weather like? Talk to us about Canada, Toronto.
It's very hot right now. Like it's really, really hot, but we can't complain because most of the year we're in the cold
Yeah.
and it's horrible and we feel depressed. So when it's hot, no matter how hot it is, we're gonna still go out, we're gonna still do stuff. We're gonna go to the lakes, we're gonna, go outdoors and stuff like that. Toronto is a beautiful place. It's a place that you can, you know, become who you want to become. You can strive for anything you want in life. But it comes with challenges. Everybody knows that in anything that you do, it comes with your ups and your downs. So while I will say it's a beautiful place, if you're not grounded and if you're not focused on what your dreams are, then you will not achieve it. And I think anywhere that you go, once you have the tools to get you there, then the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. And some amazing compliments coming through on the chat. Mika Patterson says,
Thank
so
you.
proud of you. So proud of you. Kisha the stylist is saying, yes, Anna looking gorgeous. And then Be Okay and Receipts. Be Okay is already saying, it's the cat trying to crash the interview for me.
He's gonna be in the interview, so don't even mind him. He's sleeping.
I love that. We welcome everyone because that's the cat is definitely part of the family. Chana Z, welcome Chana Z. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you so much, guys, for connecting to Anna and jumping over to the live stream on her side. Once again, in case you're not connected to Anna, please click on the link that is pinned on top of my chat. It will throw you over to her live stream, and then you can be able to be part of that beautiful community. The crafty doll is saying, happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday, y'all. Joyful designs, welcome. Oh my goodness, Winston gave us a blessing there and saying, blessings, Anna, blessings, Anna, blessings, Anna. Thank you so much, Winston Chronicles, for that blessing. Once again, may your pot brim in abundance. And once again, guys, Anna also has a Buy Me a Coffee page. She's not yet a monetized channel, but she's working towards monetization. And that's why I'm trying to keep you guys on her side so that you can give her some watch time while she's at the Sunday service. Stay there and watch the live stream from there. It is perfectly fine. I will bring you back when we are done. So stay there so that you can give her the support on that side so that you can get in that watch time. But in case you want to support her, you want to support her craft, she has a Buy Me a Coffee page on her channel link, and Be Okay has been dropping the Buy Me a Coffee link as well, so you're able to connect to her from and support her craft also on her Buy Me a Coffee page. KNL TV, welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. And don't worry, guys, if you jump over at Anna's side, she has an amazing community and moderators who will welcome you in that space. You have BOK, you have KNL, you have BOK, you have Ola Joe, you have Voices of Her. All these amazing people will welcome you there, so you won't feel like in the cold. You won't feel like in the cold. All right. So let us make sure that our Sunday service guest feels very warm, feels very welcome, and feels excited to be part of this collaboration. We can get back on track. So please make sure you're connected to her. Andrea J, welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for that thumbs up, and thanks so much for connecting to the co-host. Appreciate that. All right. Let us talk about your personal journey, Anna. The beginnings in Antigua and Barbuda. Those are like that is a very unique. I think one of the reason I knew that you're from Antigua, when you told me you're from Antigua, the reason that was familiar is because that is one of the countries that is first in the alphabet because of the A. But this is also one of the only countries with two names, Antigua A and B, Antigua and Barbuda. Talk to us about growing up in Antigua and Barbuda before you move. And please correct me on the spelling because my African translation can be all over the place. First of all, how do you pronounce the country?
It is Antigua and Barbuda.
Antigua. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Talk to us about growing up in Antigua and Barbuda. This is an island state. Lots of tourism as a place. But for you call it home. Talk to us about a place that you call home.
Well, I will say Antigua and Barbuda is known for the 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. We are very big on hospitality. I think hospitality is our main industry. For most of the Caribbean islands, it's the most eastern Caribbean island.
Yes.
And we have talented, beautiful people in our country. Living in Antigua has taught me so much. I wouldn't want to be from any other Caribbean country at all. I love my country so much. And I think I can speak for a lot of people who've migrated. If there had opportunities and better money flow and stuff like that, we wouldn't leave our country. We'll come to these big countries and visit, but we'll not necessarily leave our country. Growing up was very interesting because I don't come from like a low poverty family. I will say we're mostly like middle class ish, but we still have our hard times and stuff like that. My mom is originally from Guyana, so she left her first relationship, her husband, and she migrated to Antigua. She met my father. She had my beautiful sister, and then
Oh,
she
no.
had after. And my mom is one of like my biggest inspiration because my mother came from another Caribbean country, come to Antigua, and she was working for $40 a week, and my mother do everything. She can cook, she can bake, anything she can do. Once they're gonna pay her, she will do it basically. And I hope and pray that now today, being the woman that I am, I'm making her proud because we went through it. I didn't have food to eat sometimes, but we still made it work. And my mom always told me it doesn't matter what you're going through in your life. When you go outside, present yourself as such. So no matter what is going on with me, I will always show up and put the best foot forward. So that's the kind of stuff that I live by. But Antigua is a beautiful place. Beaches, people, opportunity. Um, in the Caribbean as a whole, pageantry is a very big thing in the Caribbean. And for me, that was one of my outlets that I use to express
Nice.
myself with pageantry and just learning how to be elegant, how to speak with poise and grace, how to carry yourself. These are the things that instilled in me from Antigua, and you can see the proof of the pudding right
Absolutely. Oh
here.
my god. You went there, girl. I, I was, I was wondering because the first time I met you and I heard you actually speak was at when you joined BOK's panel, and they just loved how you presented your. There was a lot of poise. You don't like just shout all over the place like some of us. They were just like it was very. It's almost like you choose your words very intentionally. You speak. It's like you're reading from like from a teleprompter, but not quite. But it was just guys. Did you hear that? Speaking with poise, some people here on the chat need to be taught how to speak with poise and elegance and but anyway, we do have the expert here today. Winston says, I've been to Antigua 3 times. I love it there. I love it there. So Winston is just trying to say he's been home. He's been to your home. He's been to your home. And thanks so much, everyone who is supporting our beautiful and lovely co-host. Marciano, thanks so much. Ifeanyi just had beauty and he ran into the live stream. Ifeanyi, if you're wondering where everybody else is, we are over at Anna. So just click on the pinned link. It will take you where everybody is watching the show from, and then you can be part of it. You talked about something very interesting. Pageantry as a way of expressing yourself back in Antigua, and before you ventured into maybe doing other many things that you did. Why pageantry as opposed to other things? Because pageantry is one of those things. Some of us always believe that either you have to look a certain way, you have to be built a certain way, you have to be like, am I supposed to be so skinny in a certain way? Why pageantry, and why did it immediately become the thing that drew you?
Okay, I will tell you this. Pageantry in the Caribbean on a whole, it's not like your Miss Universe, it's not like your Miss World, where they just focus more on the beauty side of it. It
Yeah.
takes you to experiences. It teaches you how to time manage. That's one. It teaches you how to do public speaking, to have interviews. It molds your brain in terms of like you have to get up, you have to work out, you have to make sure that you look good in your swimwear, you have to present yourself, you have to do your own makeup, stuff like that. So there's a lot of very important things that you go through when you're going. Just consider it like a boot camp. When
Mm.
men go to like cadets or whatever, that
Yeah.
is boot camp for beauty and just to hold yourself to a higher standard. And in some pageantry, they're focused on probably just say mental health. They're focusing on breast cancer. So you have that awareness and you have to do research and you have to present something like an argument or something like that. You have debates. So it's more to elevate you as a person and also to build your confidence. Walking in heels, not everybody can walk in heels, But I've trained people who have walked in what you call them, kitchen heel or church heel to like a high stiletto. But you can do it. It's just basically what you put your mind to, you can achieve. So I think that's what makes it more different in the Caribbean perspective because we
Mm.
take it more seriously. You just can't just come and be a delegate. You have to work in order to be a delegate. You might try out this year and never get in because there are things that you need to work on, whether it's your presentation, whether it's your the way that you do your hair, the way that you present yourself. There's a lot of things that goes into it. So I think looking back as a child watching the TV every year, you see six beautiful girls from across the island vying for that crown. It gets you excited. Then they also have like a backup show that you see behind the scenes of making a queen. So you see when they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym. After the gym, going to their sponsors, seeing what the sponsors do. So like it's a whole journey. And I
Yeah.
think by doing that, I express myself very well by doing that. Because I'm not, I will say it, sit here and tell you, I'm not a book person. I'm not a book person like that, but give me arts and craft, give me showmanship. Like, that's the type of stuff that pumps me up. I get excited for beauty, I get excited for just a presentation.
Nice. Wow. And I like what BOK said, that it's cool to hear that there are other aspects of pageantry. And I think because I think most of us tend to just believe it's just the beauty route, but it's so amazing to hear that there's also like a mental health angle to it. There's there can be a public speaking aspect to it, and whatnot. Um, I don't know, Anabu, can you still hear me? I think you're frozen. She froze so nicely. I want to take that picture. Yep. She froze very nicely. Let me wait for her to just get back. Um, that's a picture right there. Somebody needs to take it as a screenshot for her. She froze in a very beautiful way. Like she froze like a picture in time. Like let me expand it a bit. It looks so good. Like that right there is a thumbnail. That right there is a thumbnail. Um, even the freezing is in poise, guys. Even the freezing is in poise. Even there is poise on the in the freezing. Like she froze so nicely. I love it. Cuddles, welcome, Cuddles. Thanks so much for coming in. Let me just wait for Anna to get back. Welcome, Cuddles. How have you been? How have you been? Cuddles is saying hi to Hey Chat. Cuddles is my amazing friend and supporter called Johnny Small Pepper on the chat, in case you're wondering who that is. And then you guys are laughing. BOK has already taken the screenshot. Thank you so much. Yeah, that one is perfect. She froze very nicely. She froze very nicely, like a picture. That's amazing. Like, she just froze in beauty. Like, it wasn't like she froze very elegantly. She froze very elegantly. Oh my goodness. Yes, so guys, if you're not connected to Anabu as I wait for her to get back on the panel, if you have not connected to Anabu, click on the link that is pinned on top of my chat. It will throw you over to her live stream. We are multi-streaming both in Canada. She's based in Canada. We are going to talk about why did you say Canada, but she said she's from Antigua. No, we are going to explain why she's streaming from Canada and not Antigua. So yeah, she's based in Canada, so we are streaming both in Canada and in Nairobi. So that gives you a blend of different spaces. So she's going to come up shortly, and then we can talk about this. And then I see yeah, so please light up her chat, light up her chat, light up her chat. I want to see light up her chat. Marciano is already like shooting his shot. Anabu, I'm in Toronto. Now we know. Yeah, collaboration right there. Collaboration right there, Marciano. Collaboration right there. That is a business opportunity right there. So Marciano is already reporting that he's in Toronto. And then let me see. Confirm that everything is fine, just real quick so that you don't lose her. And I'm just going to like showcase her channel a bit so that you guys can see what you're working with on that. And once again, Winston, the World of Ragas, Title Pro, thank you so much for the blessing. May your pot stream in abundance. All right, she's back. You froze so nicely. BOK has taken a screenshot. I've also taken a screenshot for you, Anabu. You froze so nicely like a picture. It looks so good.
So sorry for the inconvenience. I'm having
Yes.
some technical difficulties, but I've sorted out. Thank you.
No worries. No, we were saying that you froze very nicely, like a picture. We have taken screenshot. We'll send them to you accordingly. Yeah, you even froze. Even the internet made sure that you froze elegantly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Marciano is watching you from Toronto as well. And so Marciano is saying that I'm in Toronto. I'm in Toronto. So yeah. So
Probably
Marciano,
have
yeah,
to link up.
yeah, Marciano, make sure you're connected. Make sure you're connected so that you can make that collaboration happen. You can make that collaboration happen. So pageantry in Antigua, moving to Toronto, a lot that's like a lot. And then I'm just trying to like figure out now your pageantry. You did win your pageantry, especially at a very young age. Um, in the space of like beauty, the beauty pageantry, and you talked about even behind the scenes, they're capturing moments back, in the backstory. It also like must have been a very public. It must have been a very public life, just been under the lens, because there are judges. There are judges who are supposed to like award that pageantry to you. There are certain things you have to do. For somebody who's very young, because you won your first pageantry at 16, you are a child, and that was just so much pressure. I don't know, how did you keep up? What kind of support system did you have, just to make sure that you got that crown? And talk to us about that experience.
Well, I'll be honest. I was very young. And technically, I was not supposed to be in the pageant because I was supposed to be 18. I was only 16. But we're not going to even talk about that. I was supposed to be going to church meetings, like, and I'm going to the practice and stuff like that. So I did the pageant without my family knowing that I did until I won. And then one of my father's children, which is my brother, he was at the pageant and he went back and told my mom, and my mom found out. And it was a whole big thing because my mom is very religious and she's very into her church.
Wow.
So it was very confusing. And in her mind, she thought I was doing other things and I had to explain to her it wasn't that. It was like a pageant, and because you have to be in swimwear and stuff like that, yeah, it was just a little bit too much for her. But so I didn't have any support. I was just my friend decided to enter me into the pageant, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it for funzy. But I ended up really, really loving the art form. So I hope that
Wow.
explains your question.
So you win up. So wait, you actually you're put in the contest. You end up winning the contest. Your mom. You said your mom was extremely religious and stuff like that. And Johnny, look at what Johnny said. Johnny, can you leave us alone? Johnny says Anna Boo's nails are longer than Gog's. Johnny focus. Johnny focus. Johnny focus. I like how Johnny is just like busy like studying. Um, so you win a pageantry. Mom is extremely religious. I want to know the first reaction in your mom. So like she was. I mean, you did all these things undercover. I want you to tell me the first reaction from your mom when
So
you had to like explain to
I'll
her
tell you
that.
exactly how
Yeah.
it went.
So,
I came home, and obviously, when you win, you have big boxes and gifts and stuff like that. And it was around Christmas time. So I told her I went to a Christmas party and I won, best dress at the Christmas party. And I have all of these stuff. But then I think like about a week after, my brother went and told my mom and called my mom, and it was not a cute argument. Like she really cussed me out. Like she really cussed me out,
whoa.
and we weren't talking for a while. To be honest,
Wow.
so it was
But
it was very ugly. But I think it took my mom many years to kind of understand who I am as a person, understand that this is just not for show and tell. It can definitely elevate you and put you in position of being a star, being an entrepreneur, etc., etc. But it took her a while to really get into that mindset because she was so into her church, and now she's more relaxed. But it's like you still have those like Christian values that you want to uphold and keep and stuff like that. And
Mm.
anybody would be mad, you know, because I cut going to church and stuff like that, and I had to like do a lot of little things to get my outfits and my gowns and stuff like that. So in her mind, she was just basically thinking, "What am I doing to get this money?" Stuff like that,
Yeah.
all that.
And you're a girl, so the concern tends to even be more like, because you're these are girl child, and the pressure is on. Is like, yeah, I could imagine her concern. So you in the pageantry, you have a crown, of course. You have a crown. What was next? Because I mean, you're only 16 and you already are the queen of the pageant. What was the next logical thing for you to do? In that particular category, were you going to like run again, or are there things that you're going to pursue?
I at that time I didn't understand it fully. I had to show up at parties, I had to show up at events, and when you show up as a winner, you can't look a particular way. You have to carry yourself with some level of class and standard for the crown that you just won. So
Yeah.
I was basically forced into getting into beauty, trying to do my own hair, learning makeup, and trust me, I was a hot mess when I just started makeup. So I wasn't looking as bomb as I look now when I
Yeah.
started then. But for what it was, I was doing my ones and my twos, and I still, yeah. But I had to make that transition and think of it like, okay, now that I have this role, I need to be a little bit more serious. I need to surround myself with people that can elevate me in a way. So instead of me going and just like partying like I used to, stuff like that, I went to more of like wine and cheese with more adults and have more dialogue with people so I can have a better understanding. And also, I needed to sharpen all of my irons so when I enter another pageant, I can win. So my mind programs like that. If I see something that I want, I'm gonna say, okay, what I need to do to elevate myself to this level, this level, and yeah. So it was a lot, and then because of the argument and all of that type of stuff, I stopped school at 16. Yeah. So like my family dynamic got really crazy at that time, and I didn't feel loved and appreciated, and it got weird. So I had to not only think about like that pageantry world, I had to think about my real life and what I really want for myself and how am I going to navigate this without completing school. And I want to tell people out there, not because you didn't graduate or get your CXC that you can't be somebody. Because if I had that mindset, I would have still been Antigua, still doing God knows what, and not have my own business, being a CEO, being the boss. So
Wow.
I had to really, look into myself and say, okay, what am I good at? And I always have this in the back of my mind. I don't want to work for people. And if I do, it's only for a short period of time to build what I'm having or what I'm planning in the background. So I had to really take in everything that's happening in and around me, take that negativity and just kind of make it positive with every step that I take. So that's the kind of journey that I been on. Self discovery, trying to figure out how am I going to elevate, how am I going to prove to my family that I can be somebody. When you have a
Mm.
sister who is very, she's beautiful. I love her down. She's my ride or die. But when it comes down to academics, she was acing. She was doing the best. You understand? And you have me here like struggling in the background, not only dealing with like what my brother told my mom and me and my mom arguing, dealing with all of that. It was so heavy for me. I'm not going to lie. I went through a very depressed state, trying to figure out what is going on with me. Why am I not learning as fast as my sister? How can we, like what can be done? And it took them a long time to actually really figure out, okay, there's something wrong with me and we need to go and try to get help. And I got some help and then I realized that I have dyslexia. And from getting that information, I said, okay, now I'm gonna have to learn things differently. My
Mm,
approach to things is going to be different. So when it comes down to communication and talking, I said, you know what? I feel that I have a very seductive but very powerful, very calming voice. Let me focus on that. Let me focus on communication. Let me focus on, elevating myself that way so that you will
mm.
never even know that I didn't graduate from school. And I made it my lifelong duty to do that, and I can talk about it now. But that has what, really had changed the game for me because people were not looking at my academics, they were looking at how I present myself, how I hold a conversation, and how I engage.
I love that. And thanks so much, everybody who's coming in. I see Trini, I see Roger Stilia. I thought I saw Service Mix Up Kitchen in there. Natecho Traveler is like fascinated with your, with your outfit, and she's just like, wow, she looks amazing. And then Mashani is asking whether that is it Argos or something. I think the outfit, your outfit.
Yes,
Yes.
it's an A. I
Ah,
didn't,
okay.
I didn't hear the question. Is she
Let me let me
asking
let me let me, let me
A?
highlight it for you. Just hold on real quick. And guys, make sure you connect to like Anna Boo. The link is pinned up there. It will throw you over to her live stream, and make sure you're part of that community so that next time she's doing this, she's calling the Argos jersey. Anna Boo, is that the Argos jersey?
No, it's from Shein. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
probably a dupe from some luxury brand. But if you know me and you know me well, it doesn't matter where it comes from. Once you put it together really well, I
Yeah.
look like $1 million, and you can't tell me that I don't look like $1 million. So yeah.
Right. And then Rebecca says it's the eyeshadow for me. It's the eyes for me. It's the eyes for me. I like, so you guys are really studying Anna when she's seated there. I love the fact that you guys are actually paying attention. Like today they're just staring at the screen clearly. And so Anna, you're used to being on the runway. You're used to being, you're used to having that kind of attention. It did not like used to bother you because some of us here are scared of just that attention on us for like a bit. But it became like even part of a lifestyle. It became like a way of life for you. Did you not like feel like pressured sometimes, to always look a certain type of way, even sometimes when you just want to be a hot mess? What was that like for you, especially on days where you don't have to like perform or you don't have to be on a runway?
I think it has been a journey. I was never the skinniest out of the bunch. And
Mm,
back then, BBWs are like when you're more thicker, it wasn't celebrated. Everybody thinks you need to lose weight. So it wasn't as easy as people might think, but then you have to take a step back sometimes and you have to analyze yourself
mm,
and say, you know what? You're beautiful, you're worth it. And if they don't see it now, they definitely will see it someday. I had many days when I go out with friends and everybody will get attention and I wouldn't get attention. I would call myself like an ugly duckling in real life because like I wasn't getting, all of the attention. But then when I started putting one and two together, three and four, the makeup started coming together, the hair, my decision on what I'm wearing and how it's flattering my body, stuff like that. There's a lot of things that you need to learn in order to like build your self-esteem. You understand? So I had to go through that level of okay, what kind of hairstyle that match me? What kind of makeup style that goes well with my features? How can I dress? How can I put myself together? Although I have a little bit more weight, I can still look fine. I can still look 10 out of 10, but I just have to put in a little bit more work in order to, put everything together. So it has not been easy. It's been over the years. I've had struggles with weight back and front, up, down, around and around. But on the days when I don't feel motivated or I don't feel that I am that girl, I do makeup. To be honest, I do makeup. I do hair. It's a part of a therapy for me when I can see myself elevated into this lovely, beautiful, gorgeous lady that you see in front of you. It is humbling to me, and it's just very therapeutic. So I've used it as an avenue to like calm down and just know that you're worth it, you know? So that's how I kind of deal with those, and having good friends that you can actually talk to and, you know, share what's going on. You can't talk to everybody about everything, but it's good when you have a good support system that will definitely help you and navigate you in this thing that we call life.
Like that. So after 16, you had to like drop out of school at that particular point. Life is happening. How do you move from Antigua and now end up in Canada? And what was that like for, especially if you had an argument with mom, and now at least when you're within the country, mom knows that you're still within her radar. But now you are literally crossing the ocean or the seas to move to a totally different place. What was that experience like? And your first impressions of Canada vis-a-vis home, and were you able to settle in? Was there a cultural shock? What was that like?
Well, I came here in 2012. I came here to compete in a local pageant that they had here. And I spent like 3 weeks, and I said to myself, it looks like a place that I can actually build, and I can actually probably go back to school, start a career, and stuff like that. And I said to myself, how can I achieve this? And one of my really good friends, his name is Akiti, he's also from Antigua. He was like, oh, you need to stay, don't go back home, there's nothing home for you. And I only had $150 Canadian in my possession from my vacation money. And I said to myself, should I stay? But if I stay, I'm going to be under somebody's roof, have to basically, mold myself into whatever they have going on until better can be done for me, figuring out paperwork and stuff like that. I said, you know what? I'm going to go home to my country, work some more, save some money, and then if everything, makes
Yeah.
sense, I will definitely move. And I went home in 2013 for the whole year. I saved money, and I came back in 2014. Originally for vacation, but then I ended up staying because it was like a 50-50. I spoke to my mom, and she was like, she already lived her life. And if you need to go and spread your wings, and she'll always be there to support me. So that was one of the things that really kind of pushed me to go into that direction. And also, I think we had this conversation in the pre-interview. I will share it with the people because you guys,
Are,
I
are,
want you guys
are
to
you
get.
su- are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. I can talk about it. And
Okay.
one of the reasons why I moved to is because when I went back to Antigua in in
2013.
2013, I got raped by two guys,
Oh,
and
sorry.
that whole situation just kind of turned my life upside down. The information that I got from the people, they knew where I worked, they knew where my mother worked, they knew where my brother worked. Everybody in my household, they knew what time they work, where they go, they know where I go after work, my other jobs and stuff like that, because I used to train a modeling agency and other things I used to do after work for my 9 to 5. And they knew everything about me, and I didn't know them from a picture salt. And it just turned into something awful. But after that happened, I had to pick myself back up. I remember it happening on a Sunday. Me and my family weren't really on good terms still. And it happened on a Sunday. I had work on the Monday. I didn't have my phone. They stole my phone, my money, everything. And they dropped me off. And I had to walk like about probably 5 miles to get home, something rough like that. Got home. I sat down on my gallery, and I told myself, I can do one or two things. I can sit down here and cry and go on like that. I can go to the police station. I can report it. But I have to think about my family, regardless of the fact that me and my family were not in good terms at the time. The fear that they put into me to like not tell anybody they can affect my mom or damage my mom or do something like that. I cared about them so much that I was willing to take the L and suck it up and say, you know what, okay, it already happened. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's just figure this out. My boss came and picked me up the Monday morning. I spoke to her. I told her we cried about it. I talked to a police guy about it, but I said I'm not going to go and make a report and stuff like that because I really don't want the family to get injured or something like that because you just never know. These people apparently was very bad people from the ghetto in my country, so you never know what could have happened to the whole family, and that was on my spirit for a whole month or 2 months, and then I eventually told my mom about it because she got me mad and I burst out and I burst out in tears, and that's when the first time they knew about it like 2 months after, and it was like a wake up moment for all of us because they didn't understand what happened and why I didn't say anything and why I didn't this. But at that point, the avenue wasn't open for me to be as vulnerable and like that to my family. But I'm so glad that over the years we worked on ourselves, we worked on our mistakes and our flaws, and we're better now today than ever before. So yeah, and fast forward, I went in to pay my phone bill, and I heard one of the guys talking, and that freaked me out. I lost it. So those are the things that happened, and then I decided, what, okay, maybe I should take up my friend's offer and really go away and not come back and try and see what I can do. And that was the breaking point for me. And I said, okay, this is going to push me to do better, to do good, and I'm going to take all that I've learned in Antigua and find a way to develop myself here. So those were the main reasons why I left.
Wow, that is a very, it's really heavy. I don't even know how you, and I think everybody's shocked at just the confidence having gone through that, and especially because you must have been very young also as well, and just not having even the right support from the family initially. It's not something that you take for granted. We do have a question from the chat that I wanted maybe to answer. It can help us segue into
Mhm.
Canada. Um, K and K family say, "Wow, great story. You really don't look or sound like your story at all." And I think, yeah, and I think that ties to maybe what is being asked next by Kyra. Kyra is asking, "Have you been back to Antigua since this incident?"
No,
Oof.
I haven't been back, but I'm definitely planning on going either the end of this year or early next year because I miss my country. Regardless of what happened, I miss my country. I miss the food. I miss going to the beach. I miss the people. I just miss my country. Like, I really do. So I'm planning on going back pretty soon.
Wow. Yeah, so you moved to Canada in 2014. It's been like a long time. Like it's been like over 10 years by now. Not having gone back home. But think of that time, but because you said you had been in Canada before you made the decision to now go back, you had to put in some work, get some money so that you can settle in when you go to Canada. What was your first, like what are some of the things that were different as compared to home? And that what are some of the things that actually swayed your decision to stay in Canada? Because you could have picked a totally different country, you could have picked any other country in the Caribbean. Why was Canada? Why was Canada going to work? And I like what you said earlier on in the conversation that it looked like a place you could build something. That's exactly what you said. So why was it the place?
Because Toronto, in a whole, it has a lot of things going on in terms of like movies, theater, music videos, stuff like that. And because I came from like the entertainment aspect in Antigua, I said to myself, this probably can I can probably do something with it. And my friend, we got to sit down and we really got to have a dialogue. And they were letting me know that okay, if you do decide to stay, these are the possibilities. You can go back to school. You can make a career out of whatever you choose to do, stuff like that. And he will definitely help me navigate everything so I don't have to worry about it. So after getting that reassurance and coming here, I was not blown away with the culture, to be honest with you. There's tall buildings, yada, yada, yada. To me, it looks like a movie, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm actually in a movie right now, walking down the street. You see the tall buildings. I'm not excited over a lot of things because I just don't know why. It's my personality. But the vibe and everything like that was good, and I wanted something new. And I also had something to prove to my family that no matter what I go through, I will never ever not try to be the best version of myself. And one of the things that I really wanted to do was to make my mom proud of me.
Nice.
So coming here and working so hard, I can look back now when I went to my mom, and she's so proud of me now. And I never got the opportunity to like really sit down and have that one on one with her when I did that last year. And just to have that many years after, the world can end, I can die, and I'll be happy, to be honest with you, because I always wanted her to be proud of me. You understand? And now that she is, I can rest assured that anything that
Wow.
I do going forward, nobody can tell me nothing. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud that she's proud of me. So I think,
Yeah.
I hope I
Uh,
answered your question. And I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit emotional, but it's just the
no, no,
truth.
no, it's fine.
And I'm
It's fine.
very, very authentic when it comes on to what I say and how I,
No, no,
move.
it's totally fine, and we are happy to hold the space. And thank you so for just being vulnerable with us. We don't take that for granted. Do you need a moment, or you could just? I love how she just went on with the brush and this you're such an artist. Like Goga, don't worry, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Guys, that's an artist. Once again, guys, if you don't have Anabu, as I said, there's a link that is pinned up there in case you are on my chat. It will take you over to her live stream. We are streaming both in Canada and Nairobi. But I encourage you to watch the live stream from Canada so that we can support that channel. We can support that channel. And BOK says you are doing great and sharing your story is brave. And Rebecca Prince says that she loves how you don't wear your past, like in a like a bad, like I think she just likes that particular thing. And then Mom Kyra says, I am glad you got that closure. I'm glad you got that closure. And then Helen is saying, hugs, Hannah, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. In case you're not connected to Anna Bulashmi Beat, get out of my live stream right now. Click on the pinned link on top of the chat. It will throw you over to her live stream. And then make sure you give a thumbs up and stay there. Watch the live stream from there so that you can give her the watch hour support. The watch hour support. Um, Anabu, before you are rudely interrupted, before you are rudely interrupted, and Ricardo Stanford is so excited to see you. He said, Ricardo says, I love you, Anabu. And Ricardo says, also from Antigua, but living in Canada like you. So
Thank you.
yeah, so I thought I should just put that one out there. Mom is now, your mom is now, you said she's 78, was it?
73.
Yeah, 73, yeah, 73. I saw that on at the Tiki Bar yesterday when Winston was having that conversation about what inspires you. Mom is now 73. Um, you left home 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. And you say one of the things that you're very happy and proud of is how the relationship at least has improved. And even if you are to like leave this world today, you are very proud of where you guys stand. Have you guys been keeping touch? Like, what has that been? What has that
Yes,
been like?
we have been keeping in touch.
Yeah.
Me and my sisters, we're like Bonnie and Clyde. Like, it's been a really, really, really good couple of years. Like, I think at some point in families when you have rifts and you have, I think sometimes it's just a conversation. And I
Mm,
think we needed to have really sit down and have conversation about how I felt as a child growing up and how I felt like I had to always compete with my sister. Like we just had to have honest conversation. I think we did. And that's what made us, look past all of the stupidness and just have more understanding. Because I think what happened, I never was very vocal
Mm.
about how I feel about certain stuff. And so if you don't know something, then you can't do anything about it, to be honest. Because if I don't know that I'm offending you or make you feel some type of way, then I can't necessarily judge you, because then I didn't tell you exactly
Mm.
this is what you're doing. Although you have common sense, but sometimes people just need you to like say, okay, this is what you've done to me. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it. How can we move forward? And I think we had to have a very big dialogue, and just let bygones be bygones and learn from our mistakes. And we're Bunny and Clyde. Like my sister, we were talking last night. She woke me up this morning, telling me to get up to get myself together so I can not be late and stuff like that. So like we are really, really, really tight. But it came with a lot of, resentment, and then you just have to just humble yourself and say, you know what? Your family is all you got at the end of the day, and if you can resolve something, try your best to resolve it. And we were not grow up to be, envious of each other and stuff like that. My mom worked her ass off in order to make us being who we are. So the least that we can do is just like, try to make it work and try to get back to where we need to get back to. So we did the work that was needed to be done. So I'm pretty proud of that. And me and my mother is like, Bunny and Clyde now. I don't call her as much as I should, but she works because she still believes in working and making money and stuff like that. So the time frame, she's living in the States now, so the time frame sometimes can be off. And I don't want to be calling her when she needs to rest. And then when we got up in the morning, she has to go to work, how that can go. So when
Yeah.
we do chat up and stuff like that. She's in Guyana right now for family
Oh,
reunion, so she's having the time of her life.
right. Let us now talk about Lashmi Beats.
Mm-hmm.
What was that moment you realized that Lashmi Beat was not just an idea, but it could be a business? It could be like a way of making money. It could be a way of becoming a CEO. Because one of the things you're very categorical on is that you never used to be that person who functions well when it comes to working for somebody, but you wanted to like run your own show. Tell us about that moment when Lashmi Beat became, you're like, nope, I can do something better with this. And why Lashmi Beats? It has a very nice name and ring to it.
So it started through pageantry, as I said, but why I call it Lashmi Beat? It was originally Lashmi,
Hmm.
off of one of the dresses that I wore. Designer decided to call the dress Lashmi. So I decided, that was my name before. And then one of my good friends named Janelle, we were sitting down here in Canada, and she's like, oh, why don't you put the beat to the end, because you do beat faces and you do makeup. So I said, okay, Lashmi Beat. And then that's how the name merged together. And yeah, that's where it came from, actually. So the Lashmi came from pageantry, and the beat came from my friend. And if you put it together, and then you have Lashmi Beat. And then
Nice.
why have a name that called Lashmi Beat and not have your own lashes? That doesn't make sense. So um, when we had that that shutdown of the world, I took it upon myself. I had some extra money. I took it upon myself to really do some research and start building my brand. And
Hmm.
the reason why I decided to even have a brand in the first place, I wanted to work for myself. And coming from Antigua and coming from that hardship, I didn't want to necessarily go through that here.
Hmm.
And as much as I love this beautiful country that I live in, you do have the things that happen to people of color, stuff like that. So in my mind, I just wanted to have something that I'm really good at and that I can, develop into something else. And that was my mindset. And Sephora is the only job I've had in Canada other than just working on my business and do freelance makeup. So I'm really proud of that I came here and I was able to use my gifts in order to make money and sustain myself.
Wow. What is it like working in, what is it like, that experience, especially having gotten that job at Sephora, and, that's like a very renowned perfume and, makeup and all these kind of things. A lot of people walking into the shop. Uh, so customer care for you must have been like something that you had to like deal with on a day-to-day basis. Would you say that it at least also gave you like some great insights even how you'd approach your business at Lashmi Beats?
I will say this. Like, I was talking to one of my really good friends years ago, and he told me, like, I know you're doing this stuff, independently, and you're doing your stuff, and you're making money, but in order for you to elevate and in order for you to take your business to another level, you're going to really need to do something else
Mm.
in order to get revenue, in order to build what you're building. More to make sense. So I said, you know what, instead of going and doing like a normal McDonald's job or a concierge somewhere, I want to do something that I love. Because when I do something that I love, I don't feel like I'm working. I can do 20 face right now. Trust me, I have a time of my life and I don't feel like I'm working. It's just like another day for me, exciting and stuff like that. So I took on the journey and said, you know what, let me apply for Sephora. I'm really grateful for Sephora because it opened up me to a different world of beauty, high end beauty,
Oh, sorry. Just hold on. I think I lost your. Just hold on a bit. I lost your voice. No, no, hold on. Yes, I think we can fix this. Uh, uh, mic settings. Um, okay. Let me just try that again. Can you say something? Oh, I don't know where it went. Where did the voice go? Um,
hello. No?
yes, you're back. Perfect.
So, I don't know what happened because I'm just sitting down here. I have
Yeah. No, no, I think it was
my
just some yeah, but it's good. It's good now.
okay. I don't know where you guys left off, but basically I was basically saying that I really enjoyed working at Sephora because I had the opportunity to work on many different skin tone, many different races, and for me, coming from a Caribbean country where it's more predominantly black people, I had the knowledge of doing makeup on a black person, but I never had the knowledge of doing it on a Caucasian person, an Asian person, uh, um, all the different races, and I've had the opportunity to learn from them and learn about high end products and stuff like that. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. I get with my blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world because the knowledge that I've gained there
Mm.
helped me in order to make my business what it is and have the clientele that I do have. So I will never, discredit my time there, but it has, propelled me in a different category where I can go right now and go in anything, a movie shoot, a video shoot, and you can put anybody to me. I can do it. I can do ageable skin, like more mature skin. Anything you want to drop on me, I can definitely do it. And with that experience, I I, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
All right. You have an interesting question on the chat before we get into what I wanted to ask next. Fluffy Diva is watching you from England. She's asking, how do you manage those nails while doing lashes and makeup, Anna? You saw this coming.
It's like anything that you do. Like you have to like have it on and practice and practice and practice. Now for these lengths, I don't necessarily wear these for like practical work. This is more like for show and tell. I do a little bit more shorter to be a little bit more demure because you're playing in somebody's face and you don't want to have like long nails like this. So I do go a little bit shorter, but this is just for the aesthetic of these, if that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Have you been answered that Fluffy Diva? And Be Okay says, I ask her that all the time. Yeah. So, yeah.
I have different shapes, different sizes, but I can definitely work. I can do work with it, but I prefer not to have them so long. but I can definitely work with it. It's one of the things that I love, enjoy. It's like my hair and how I do everything, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you guys have been following me for a very long time, I change and my mood change and my hair change, my nails change. Everything has to make sense to me. So
Okay.
like I love to have different nails, different hair, that type of vibe.
Right. There's also now the aspect of you talked to us earlier during the biography. For somebody who had to like leave school very early, um, Avola College, what kind of influence, especially did it give you, especially when it came to your style and also just learning new techniques? And what was it like now getting into that kind of environment where you can now also just refine yourself and your craft?
Well, initially I wanted to do special effects,
Hmm.
but that at the time, where I wanted to go, it was George Brown. I couldn't afford it. So I had to do something that was more in my price range. So I went and did I'm a professional esthetician. So that means I can do facials, I can do body massage, foot massage, nails, I can do microdermabrasion, I can do waxing, I can do laser removal. All of that I've learned um, in that program. And also, there was a makeup course in it. So you had beauty makeup, you had avant-garde makeup, everyday makeup. So there was a beauty course within that course. And one thing about Canadians, I think it's very important for people to know, like when you're in Canada, they love to see a paper. They love to see proof of you going to school and studying and all of that. Yes, you can definitely get away with being talented, and you just have to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. For the people who don't know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, you definitely need to go to school in order to get the papers, in order to do the things they need to do. So
Yeah.
I had to go to school, and I had no choice, and I really loved it because I get to know the background work of skincare, how to maintain your skin, because I do wear a lot of makeup, especially when it comes down to the special effects side. So it's very important for you to take care of your skin. And what a lot of people don't notice, the more you take care of your skin, the better your makeup looks, the better it looks, and the better it wears. Because makeup should be like having on clothes. It's just an extension of your personality. It's not defining you in no way, shape, or form. Because quiet as it's kept, when I don't have on the makeup, I'm still that girl. When I do have on the makeup, I'm just an extra girl, but I'm still that girl. So you have to embrace yourself regardless of your flaws and stuff like that. And that's in my tutorial. I'm not afraid to like come on with no makeup on, and then you can see the transformation and stuff like that. Because it's very important to have self love and love yourself regardless of what people have to say, and it's embrace yourself. So I hope that answers the question.
It does. It does. It does. It does. And guys, if you have any question you want to ask Anna, please feel free to drop it on the chat. I'll be able to highlight them for her so that she can answer. I know she'd be very happy to do it. I don't know why if Yanni is talking about waxing. I did not see the question. You just said waxing. Yes, that's what she was talking about. Um, if Yanni, why did you like single out waxing alone? Give it context that we can put it for Anna to answer. I like what you say. You said something about makeup right there, and when you're reading the biography, and it's also part of your bio, you said makeup should reflect how somebody feels inside and not an outside standard. Can you share that moment when this philosophy really came alive for a client, for example? Because I'm sure sometimes you're maybe working with a client and then they are so shocked when they see the results and they're like, oh, yeah. So talk to us about this.
I think with social media being the force that it is, it's also good and also bad. A lot of times people classify themselves, or they have the image of somebody who's a celebrity. Let's use Kim Kardashian as an example, and they will take a picture and they will come to you as a makeup artist and they will say, oh, I want to look like this, or I want this particular makeup. And in reality, you're not going to get that because number one, you're not that person. You will never look like that person. You're not
Yes.
gonna get that filtered look. Sometimes people put on a lot of filters, they edit and do all of that type of stuff. So the final product will not look exactly like what you see. I always tell people I can give you something that is similar, that suits your face structure, that will work very well for you. And remember, we're human beings. Under all the bright lights and stuff like that, you're going to look beautiful because remember, you're setting up the ambience. So the
Mm.
makeup is going to look different. What I love to do in terms of clients, when you go outside, you're going to see how you look beautiful. I can come up in front of you guys right now. This is my makeup. And this is how my clients look. Flawless skin, perfect
Oh,
exfoliation.
wow.
So you're gonna look realistic. You're gonna see pores. You're gonna see if you do sweat a little bit or a lot of stuff like that. You're going to definitely see your skin, and skin's supposed to look like skin. It's just advancing it and just making it all one color, stuff like that. So I think it's very important for people to know that when you're putting on makeup, it's not necessarily you're trying to cover who you are. You're just enhancing your own beauty and just making it stand out. And I think it's very, very important for people nowadays. Don't take makeup as, oh my God, it's like gonna change the world or something like that. Use it as
Mm.
a tool, just like how you use your clothes, and it's a part of expression, basically. And I think a lot of times people look down on people who wear makeup and think that,
Yeah.
oh my God, they're too extra, they're too this, they're too that. It's just a way of expressing yourself. For guys, sometimes they will have the world to say, oh, I want a girl that has natural hair. I want a girl that doesn't wear weaves, stuff like that. But then you show up in a tank top with a pair of slacks, and we're supposed to take it. No, put some effort into to what you're doing. Dress well, like come on, man, it's a package.
The men on the live stream, did you hear that? Well, the woman spoke, guys. She spoke like I love how she. Yes, guys. There can't be double standards, and I think that's what's going to be my next question because there are many misconceptions around makeup. It's like, what are you trying to hide? And for me, I think I like what you just said that no, it's supposed to actually accentuate what already exists. I think for me that's a very profound statement. And I don't know what you guys have on the chat, but there's some very interesting questions that have been asked. Um, Joyful Designs, for example, says, I mimic Anabu all the time when applying my makeup and pretend that I beat for the gods.
All the time.
Okay, and then that's motivation right there. Kisha the stylist is asking, how do you stay motivated as an entrepreneur about your business when it's a slow season? Yikes. Hold on to that question. I want you to answer this one first because it was more relevant.
Okay.
Kanini says, oh wow, she's the queen of makeup. I don't know if we have makeup for older people. I'm asking for a friend. I don't know why she had to ask. She had to add that part. I'm asking for a friend. Kanini, you are not old. Why did you have to ask that part of asking for a friend? So she's asking about whether old people can apply makeup, and
Yeah,
I think that's a very profound question right there. Then we can go to the
definitely.
business.
Definitely. I think, as I said, makeup is an expression type of stuff. Now, back in those days, depending on how old you are, it wasn't so complicated. You have like a nice little powder, your red classic lipstick, your
Mm.
your what do you call it? Your eyeliner that sometimes you use as your lip liner, and your eyebrow, and you go about your business. Sometimes you have on just a gloss. So it has advanced a lot during the years. But I think everybody can wear makeup. One of the things that I personally love to do is transform somebody who's more older so that they can see how they used to look, or it just brings back that self of joy, that pride, because when they look at themselves, it's okay. You're old, but you're not cold. You're still bubbling, you're still gyrating, you're still doing the things of the things. So I like doing older people's makeup because they're still human beings and they still can eat. Anybody can eat, no matter what your age is when it comes down to makeup. Yeah, you just have to know what to apply and how to apply it, etc., etc.
Right. Fluffy Diva agrees with you. That is it. Makeup makes us that extra girl. She's just like agreeing with you there on the
Yeah,
statement. And then let's go back to that question by Kisha. On motivation as an entrepreneur, especially about the business when it's a slow season. And maybe you can even talk to us about, what business looks like for you as a makeup artist. And I know weddings, weddings are a very peak moment for you when it comes to business. You talked about video shoots, photo shoots, movies, and things like that. So yeah, let's talk to.
Okay, I will answer the question first, and then I will get into the the video part of it and how I manage that.
Okay.
When I have downtime, I basically use myself as like a walking billboard. So I will continue doing makeup. I will continue posting content that I love and enjoy. I will take risks, using the
Mm,
products that I sell. I will use them and show people how you can use it in a different way. You don't have to just use it in the traditional way that it's meant to be used. And also, I sometimes I will do free gigs in order to get my name out there. I'll do a free photo shoot, I'll do a free video shoot, stuff like that to keep my name or my business name in the talks. It depends on what you're doing. Collab with somebody who has the same interest, whether you're selling a soap, whether you're selling makeup, whether you're selling t-shirts. Like, there's many ways that you can keep yourself relevant in those downtime. And it's very important to also save the money when you're in that peak season. Save the
mm,
money and don't spend it off because you know that it's going to have some rainy days. And that's one of the reasons why I end up at Sephora, because sometimes, because it's such a fast paced place, you're not going to get steady booking unless you're part of like a union that basically works with movies and stuff like that, different projects and stuff like that. So if you're not a part of a union, it's a little bit more harder to get the A-list types of jobs. So as a small business owner, it's very important for you to like try to just market yourself in that way. For me, I used to go out a lot, go to clubs, go to this place, go to that place. Artists, I work with artists, they invite me because they're singing in this place. I go do their makeup, but I stay backstage and talk to other people, get my name out there, stuff like that. So you just have to do a lot of groundwork and
mm.
just stay motivated. Even things that are going on for your business, come out and post. Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I can't, come out and post, talk about it. Talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more people are going to say, "Oh my God, you know what? I always see this product. I never think I was one to try it, but then now I've seen it so much time. I really want to try it. So you have to like just use your brains and do the everyday things. It depends on what you're selling. It will vary, but just do everyday things, and it's just not that complicated if you really think about it.
All right.
I hope that
Uh,
answers your question.
yes. Kisha, you can confirm whether you've been answered. There's some before we get into the business now. Olajo is asking, what are your favorite looks to create and or colors you like to use?
My favorite colors that I like to use is like red, burgundy, browns. Yeah, I like those type of warm colors because I think it does bring out the beauty in me. But I also love bright colors too.
Mm,
I love special effects because I know beauty. I can do beauty in my sleep, but when it comes down to special effects, I take myself out of it and I emerge into whatever character I'm trying to portray. And
yeah.
I look at it as I'm powerful because you're not watching me as a person. You're watching my artistry. You're not watching who's behind of all that makeup. So when I'm actually in special effects, I feel the most proud. I feel the most like, oh my God, you're gagging over the fact that you're gagging because you're seeing like a blood or my head is bust open or something like that. So I'm really happy when that happens. So I love everything makeup, but if I had to choose, I would say the special effects
All
because
right.
I'm just a customer of doing beauty.
Olajo, I hope you've been answered. There was a very interesting question here by Ifeanyi. I'm just trying to pull it up before I go to the others. I'm trying to prioritize them in order so that people don't feel ignored. Ifeanyi asked a very interesting question. And East African says, "I like being natural." And what is your take now on that, especially for you as an artist? Because there's also that conversation about people like East African who say, "I like being natural. I like being natural." So how do you handle that, especially considering this may be the business?
I will say this, to each his own. What makes you happy makes you happy.
Hmm.
I am not here to debate whether natural girls or girls that don't wear makeup, wigs, hair, eyelashes, lip gloss is better than who wears. What makes you happy, do what makes you happy. At the end of the day, if you don't have the extra 45 minutes in the morning to get yourself prepared and do all of that, you pick up yourself out of bed, you go shower, moisturize your skin with cocoa butter, coconut oil, and you go out the door, that's on you. And I love you because you do that. But for me and my household, I go out natural like that too, but then I like to, as I said, I'm a walking billboard for myself.
Billboard, yeah.
So when I go out and I'm going certain places, I have that in mind. I need to show up and show out so that if somebody happens to see me, I can get a booking and I can get some dinero. So it's, like as I said, it's to each his own. I love natural girls. My sisters, they don't wear makeup like that. To be honest with you, when I can have the opportunity to go to America and beat their face, we'll do that for photo shoots and stuff like that. But they don't walk around every day with makeup like myself. I'm the only one. So,
And
you know,
I'm a walking billboard. I'm a walking billboard. Guys, you're asking a lot of questions here, but I don't want also to lose the conversation. But they're very it shows you guys okay, Marciano is pressuring me here. Do you like nature walks? This of course this,
I do actually. I love nature to be honest with you. I'm the type of girl that will put my hair up, have on a nice pair of lashes, very moisturized skin. I will go hiking, I'll go fishing, I'll do all the things of the things. I would, because I just love to challenge myself in those areas. Yeah. So
okay.
anything that you can do, I can do better type vibe. I have that kind of mentality. Like when it comes down to nature stuff. But
Okay.
I love
The
outdoors.
next, yeah, so Marciano, I think yeah, you got your answer. The next question, of course, has been asked by a man, as expected. So this is the question. Is waxing painful, and can one go to bed with the foundation and layers of makeup? That is the fact. Then I think he realized that he had not finished the question, and then he continued. Can one go to bed with makeup just to avoid after the date they don't wake up with a stranger when the makeup has been what? I think this one came from. You can already tell this is coming. Ifeanyi, who was that? Ifeanyi, what date was this? Tell us
Ah,
about it.
yes, it can be done. It can be done. It can be done. It can be done. I've done it in my heydays. Just imagine you going out and you probably meet somebody or whatever the case may be. You go to that person's place, but you still want to get up in the morning looking like $1 million. So when that person fell asleep, I'm just like here, not turning to the side, not turning to the back, to preserve my face for the morning until I get home. So I've done that before back in my, heydays or whatever. So it definitely can happen. Waxing, it's painful. It takes you a lot of time to do it in order to like be numb to the pain. But waxing can be painful. I personally don't wax, but I don't mind waxing other people. It's just not my thing. It's too painful for me. But yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I think everybody on the chat just went on a whole laughter like spree because because I think everybody was like, if Yanni was that really necessary? But thank you, Yanni, for asking on behalf of men. I know they were thinking it. I know they were thinking it in their head. They were thinking it. Let me see. There's a question here by Susie. Susie is watching you from Nigeria, and Susie is asking, beautiful makeup artist. Susie has these salutations she always gives. She's very respectable. Please, how do you manage when you sweat? I mean, sometimes the weather can be hot. Do you go about with makeup bag or mini fan? Especially now that it's hot in Canada, as you mentioned.
How I apply my makeup, especially if I'm gonna do something where it's a lot of heat and it's very humid, there's something that called a setting spray. I use a lot of setting spray. I love a lot of setting spray. So even though you see me here under the lights, but I have so much lights on me right now, I'm a little bit more moist in the T-zone area. But
Mm.
as you notice, my makeup is not moving. I can tap just to take away the shine, but the makeup itself is not moving. It's just basically on the technique and the products that you use will definitely help the makeup last longer. And it also depends on what you're gonna do. So, for instance, if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like directly in the sun, I
Mm.
will not wear so much foundation. I'll probably just do a powder foundation, so it will be less, dripping or something like that. So it all depends, basically, on the situation and all of that. But you can definitely use setting spray, and you can also use powders. Every time you use anything liquid or creams, you have to set it with a translucent powder in order to lock it in.
I,
So,
Yeah. I love, guys, I love the questions you guys are asking. I think this one of the guests has been asked a lot of questions even before. I like how you guys are doing the interview. You're making my life very easy, which is good. There are some two questions here before we move to something else, and I hope you guys are taking note of the answers. Joyful Designs has asked another question here that may be of interest for you as a business person. Are you planning on rolling out more lashes and makeup products anytime soon?
yes, I am. I will say this much. I have been very successful, praise God, with the launches that I've had. Some didn't go according to plan, but for the majority, I sold out of all of my lashes. I sold out of all of my lip gloss, my hand mirror, my
Nice.
lash tools. I sold out, not only in Toronto, in Edmonton, and also in Antigua and Barbuda, where I'm from. So I'm pretty proud of that. But I just didn't manage myself or my money the best way that I should have. So I'm now just rebuilding. I'm gonna make a new website and stuff like that. So hopefully by the end of the winter season, I will definitely have more products coming out. And I'm also looking at the climate and looking how people spend money now. So for certain things, if I can cut down the cost on certain things, I'm gonna try to do my research and see how best I can work with what's happening in the world now. So I'm using the winter season to basically do my deep dive, get my new products in, test them out, and make sure that they're top tier because all of my products are top tier because I spent a lot of time researching ingredients and researching where they're coming from, how they're made, and the sustainability of everything. So it takes a lot of time to really sit down and go through emails, go through people who have dealt with the company before. It's a lot of work that goes behind it, and anything that I'm going to put out, it has to be top tier, as I'm not going to put it out. So I'm really, really thankful for the people who have supported me. I'll take this opportunity and thank them. And you guys know that when I come out with something, it's going to be top tier. Some of your goodies are going to be coming back. Just wait, wet your hands, and wait for me. But when Lash Me Beats rolls out again, 2026, mm, uh, you're gonna want to be a part of it. I'm gonna tell you that. Number one and number two. And for the guys, don't worry yourself. Lash Me Beat has you covered. You see, if you want your body to look oiled down, nice, plumping, I got something for you and I'm working on it. I'm telling you. Your body's gonna be silky smooth. It's gonna be warm in the winter time and it's gonna be good for the summer. So I'm coming out with oils and stuff like that. Just a little sneak peek of scented oils and body oils for your body because I'm a very big person on self-care and all of that. So I'm working on a formula right
Mm.
now so that guys can be able to, you know, be a part of the wonderful thing that called Lash Me Beat. And I think I want to like go into that mindset of shifting my business to a point that everybody can participate. It doesn't have to be a female, it doesn't have to be a male. Everybody can participate and buy something and have something that is worthwhile having from Lash Me Beat. So that's the direction I'm going in. I hope I answered the question.
Okay. Um, don't know, I'm just reading some questions here and I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, why are you people like this? Why are you people? Why have you never? Why did you like have to wait like almost 2 hours into the Sunday service, and then when you start asking me these kind of questions, and then I like how they are making me ask so that they don't take responsibility. Now we have an interesting question here. Again, you never have control over the tribe. Um, Mashani is asking, wow, very hot. If I take you for a nature walk as a friend, will you be comfortable? Uh, how, okay. Uh, Anabu, Mashano, Mashano, I thought BOK said that he has been trying to put you and Anna together. Why did you have to wait for the Sunday service to ask this question? You could have just written the beautiful lady a message or an email. You
I will
had to
say
wait.
if the circumstances presents itself and all of the energy aligned, I will definitely go on a nature walk with you.
Oh. Oh, okay, okay, Marciano, never mind. It's been answered. You better make that. You better make that energy align. And okay, very interesting question here that I think is very important based on what you talked about growing up. What encouraging word will you give a parent who has just been told that their child is dyslexic? I've been gone through the same.
I will say I think parents in general need to take more time to observe their children when they're going through that learning stage. Because one of the things that my family didn't do is see the signs and pick up on the signs. And it does not mean that your child is, you know, slow or retarded or anything of that sort. It's just that they need a little bit more extra care, or they're
Mm,
seeing stuff a little bit more differently, or they pronounce stuff a little bit more differently, and it takes a while for them to actually tap into it. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's what I will say. The perfect advice, spend more time with your kids, get to know them more, and
mm,
let them be comfortable in order to have certain conversations with you, and that will definitely help. And now that we have the internet, we have YouTube, stuff like that. There's many different ways that you can you know research and help your children in those type of situations. And the earlier you catch it, it's going to be better for the child, because in certain places there are things that are set up for people who have those type of disabilities, basically, and can help them tools and stuff like that, because everybody's not the same and it comes in different wavelengths. So that person has to get professionally tested to really figure out what is the problem and how they can fix it, if that makes sense. I hope and trust that I answered that question to the best of my ability.
Joyful Designs, yes, I think she's satisfied. Thank you so much. I see Michael. Michael, nice to see you. Red Room, Simone. Big up yourself. So thank you so much for coming in. Very important and very, very, very nice questions coming through on the chat. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. Which is good. And the next question is going to help us at least talk about your favorite thing, because you always slide this word SFX, 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 SFX. You always slide it any moment you get. And Kyra is asking, what's easier or harder, making someone look flawlessly pretty or making them look realistically ugly or scary with special effects? Mm.
That's a tricky question. It all depends on what the person wants. I'm a very big person when it comes on to delivering what my clients want and the expectation that the client has, and working together with that client to bring their dreams alive. So it's not necessarily what I want them to look like, it's what they want themselves to look like. And I'm just a tool that's going to put everything together and make it happen. I think very much unlike that client relationship with me doing what I'm doing as a professional, I think about it that way, if that makes sense. So it's whatever you want to do. If I'm doing it personally and I'm doing something like a photo shoot or whatever the case may be, I want it to look as realistic as possible. or as flawless as possible as I can get it. So I
Right.
hope that answers your question.
Yes. And before we move to the next question, I just want to like showcase. I'm going to showcase part of SFX, and they're looking flawlessly pretty as part of Hannah's work. And then we can have a conversation around this. So just pay attention to your screens. Let me so that I can share my screen real quick. Um, so let's start with this. Okay, what happened? Hold on, I'll do that again. Wow, that is talk to us about this, because what am I looking at? Like, what have I seen on the screen? Uh it's this is I don't know. I don't know what I want to ask, but talk to us about this, because some of those things are so realistic that you don't get scared doing these things, Anna. Like,
True story. I am very much freaked out with real blood. Like if somebody get cut in front of me and I see real blood coming out of a person, I'll feel like I want to faint. But I can play with fake blood from Thy Kingdom Come. Like I love playing with fake blood and creating the ambience of somebody getting cut and stuff like that. Um, I don't know, like it goes back into like seeing movies and wondering how they create these zombies or this injury or stuff like that. I'm always like in awe when I see it. So when I had the opportunity to come to Canada, and I said, you know what, I love beauty makeup, but I also want to tap into special effects. And I stayed home and I said, you know what, let me start watching some videos, and I started DIYing, my own liquid latex, using
mm,
hair for liquid latex, and just playing around with it. And then over the years, I got really, really good at it. So I love it. I love it when it looks realistic. I love it when it looks playful. I love it when it's cute. But when I love it the most is when I look like a train wreck. Basically, when somebody looks like they just ran me over with a car, like I love it.
uh how much time does it, like, out of these pictures, and this is just like I know a portion of the work,
Uh-huh.
like somebody saying Goga's reactions to the pictures. Yes, some of those things that I was watching, I'm like, this looks like an accident. This looks like somebody has just burned. Like, how much work, for example, like the guy who looks like he's burnt and his skin is charred and it's dark and everything. How much work does that take? Like, ah,
To be honest with you, now I can do somebody like that in like 45 minutes if I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm going to do. But if I'm doing something totally new and like I have to follow, because like when you're doing like movies and stuff like that, you have to follow a
mm,
script basically. So it says, okay, the cut is on the right eye. You need to make it look like it just happened, and then the next part will say, okay, the cut is aging. We need to put like 5 days on it, and it looks different in the stages. So it all depends on what you want or what I'm going for will determine how long it takes.
Wow. So if I wanted to age me, so even these things sometimes, like you somebody say that you can age somebody in a movie. Like in case I want you to make me look like 73 years old, it's possible.
Yes, it is. With molds and like prosthetics, we can definitely put a prosthetic over your face in different areas that you probably will naturally get wrinkled, like under your eyes, at your forehead, right at your décolleté here. We can also use that, and then we stick it to the skin. We blend your complexion, and then we do some spots and stuff like that. It's a concoction, but it can definitely happen.
I'm
Definitely.
fascinated with the special effects. Like it's the stuff you see on movies. Talk to us about how you're able to like because you've done this in a number of like videos and short films and also like a movie. What was that experience like? Just working for like a movie that and you sitting down and watching a movie and you're like, oh, that is my work. Like, how does it feel like being part of the credits?
Well, let me tell you how that experience went. It's a guy who I know that he has his own filming stuff from Bahamas, and he moved here in Toronto, and he was like he's working on a film, and it was like a vampire film, and he wanted me to be a part of it. And quite as a skip, I was not on set as the special effects makeup artist. I was just on set as a makeup artist. But in the space of time we were working on scene, the special effects girl, she didn't come in one day, and another girl didn't come in that day. And I had to pick up the special effects person's work and the girl that didn't can't come in that same day. And I had 40 faces to do, and I had to remember how the previous artist did it to recreate it. And when I did that on that particular day, the producer came to me and he said, "You're gonna be key makeup artist, so that means you get the most credited on the short film than anybody else because you're just amazing." So for me, that was 10 out of 10 experience, and it goes back to like the Sephora days. If I didn't have that heavy, client base and have to be doing 20 different things at once, I wouldn't have that knowledge to know, okay, I need to pay attention to not only what I have to do, but what other people have to do just in case that somebody can't make it, they feel sick, something or another. You have to pick up the pace, and that's what I did. That experience was 10 out of 10. I got paid like I think $1,000 a day for just like 8 hours of work, to be honest. Eat good food, got driven around in that big black car that celebrity got driven around in. The only
Wow.
downfall of that particular film, he wanted to sell it to Netflix, and Netflix didn't want to give him, I think, all of the rights to it. So he decided to pull it and stuff like that. So it's still in his vault. So I don't know when he's going to release it or whatever, but yeah.
Wow, but it's really a beautiful thing. In case somebody is watching the live stream right now and they're thinking is like, wow, this is something I would want to like learn. This is something that I would want to do. What is the like? Where do they start? Where do they get started on this? In case they want to get into makeup, but for special effects specifically.
I definitely have a playlist, How to Become an MUA, on my channel, and that basically talks about the groundwork that you're gonna have to do, the training and stuff like that. So if anybody is interested in finding out the basics of how to become an MUA, definitely watch those videos. I think it's about 4 videos or 5 videos. I've had their full with knowledge and a lot of good stuff. And in the future, I'm going to be doing one-on-one classes and virtual classes in order
Um,
to, you know, reach out to the masses who want to learn. But for special effects, I will say definitely watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube, beginner friendly tutorials, and take your time. Use what you have until you can afford to buy the things, because one thing about special effects, it's very expensive.
can
And
imagine.
to create the looks and make it look more realistic, you have to spend that money in order to make the final look what it is. So bear that in mind, but definitely have tricks and tricks that you can use as you elevate your way up. Because I just recently purchased what do you call it, an airbrush, because I'm gonna get into airbrushing and stuff like that. So you have to invest in yourself, and to get like the colors, it's like what, $200 something to get really good quality airbrush colors. So it's an investment, but I'll say if you're really passionate about it, start off with the cheap stuff that you get around Halloween time. Practice makes perfect, but be careful what you practice. That's one of my mottos that I live by too. Practice, practice, practice. Practice on yourself, practice on your cousin, practice on your auntie, practice on your mother, practice on your father. Use a leg, use an arm. Practice. Practice makes perfect. So you just have to lock in and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You can have reference pictures and try your best how to create it or recreate it and stuff like that. Once you have the determination to do it and the drive and it excites you, then the sky is the limit. You just need to apply yourself.
Nice. Guys, you have to apply yourself. And you can see that, and guys, you can check out most of this work. Anabu has this content on her YouTube channel, shares it on Instagram. You can be able to interact with this kind of content and appreciate her work. So make sure you check out her videos, because she knows how to document this stuff, and you will love these things on her channel. Um, and let us now look at something about the beauty, and then I'm going to ask my question, and then I'll come back to your questions, because there are people here who have a lot of questions, including be okay. Be okay is trying to harass me on the line. Goga, you've not seen my. I have seen your question. Be okay. I'm just taking my time to answer it, but I've highlighted because I know you are here anyway. Aaron, Aaron, can you like rain on be okay for me? I feel harassed. She's even come with a second channel on my chat. Goga, did you see my question? Okay, let us look at her work. So that was special effects as an example. So the next thing we are going to check is now her collection. We're going to check the Lashmi Beat collection, and then we are going to check her client, her on working on her clients over the years. Okay, so let me just see that I can share the screen real quick. Hold on, let me just see that I can bring it up. Alrighty, all right, so there we go. What happened? Sorry, I have to play this directly. So I want us to watch that one and then this one. Okay, so we do have quite a lot there to digest. Um, First of all, there's a collection, and a number of people are asking about your lashes collection. So let me just say that I can bring. There's a very beautiful question that was asked here, and BOK's question has a lot to do with your collection. BOK is asking, Anna, which one of your lashes will work best for Goga? So this the slander I have to deal with on the chat, but I want you to answer that question because I do get told a lot that my lashes are very long. So but we're going to like and Ike is on the Latoya Dali. I know you are watching in the bushes. Tell Genos to come here because Genos is always wearing these long lashes that feel like umbrellas sometimes, like on her live stream. So one of the questions that was coming through in terms of the lashes, and also Susie Global Concept was also asking the same thing. Do you have any plan to produce your own lashes and makeup products? And I think Susie, I think this has been answered by you looking at the collection. So let's talk about the collection and where they can find it in case they want to interact with it. And you can use me to answer BOK's question, to answer the lashes question. I can bring my face on the screen.
Well, thank you guys so much for even asking about my collections. And presently, as I said previously, I'm presently working not necessarily on a rebranding, but basically seeing how best I can target the market right now with what is going on in the world. A lot of things are getting very, very expensive. And because we have a lot of fast fashion and fast things happening, and things are just you can get the lashes at Shein, you can get lashes on Amazon, stuff like that. What will make my lashes stand out and stuff like that? So I have to go back to the drawing board and really figure out how I can have my brand and still be successful at the same time, and not let it be too expensive because of what is happening in the market on a whole. Because if you can get, just for reference, if you can get a lash for $2 and then my lashes cost $30 because I put a lot of effort into the packaging, and all of that type of stuff, and the quality of the lash, because I do sell mink lashes, and that's like human like lashes, not synthetic lashes. So synthetic lashes are always cheaper than mink lashes and stuff like that. So it's more human. So I'm just basically working through all of that and working out how best I can give you guys quality stuff, but for a reasonable price. You understand where I'm coming from? Because I don't want to invest so much money into products, and then when I say that it's just say it's $30, and you might say, "Oh my God, I'm not gonna buy it," stuff like that. Because I've had people told me that in the past. My lashes are too expensive, and they can't purchase it because it's like so much money. But there's a lot of sweat and tears that goes into not only the lash itself, the making of the lash, and also the packaging. I'm very, very, very anal when it comes down to packaging and making sure that everything is on point. So, yeah, I hope that answered your question. But in 2026, I'm definitely going to launch more stuff. So don't worry. Just keep your notification bells on. You will definitely get the updates because the glitters are coming back, the lashes are coming back. But I'm gonna try to see if I can have my luxury brand, which will stay at high price, but also have something for the regular consumers. So that's the mindset that I'm going into. Not really just thinking about having all high end products, but also have affordable products that still has good quality to compete with the market that is already out there. This time around, I have to be smarter and make wiser decisions. So I hope that answers your question.
All right. So I think BOK is still waiting for the question on what of your lashes will work well with me.
I think if I had to choose from my fabulous five beauty lashes, I have Lala, I have Dolly, I have Regal, I have Angel, and I have Starsy. But I think which one will work better for Goga or look similar to Goga's lashes will definitely have to be Lala. It's very, very natural looking, but very fluffy at the same time. So if I had to choose one, I would definitely choose Lala.
BOK is going to have fun with this like the whole week. Crazy. Okay, and I think Joyful says I was just getting ready to ask that question. More expensive versus least expensive brand for consumers. I think I like that. We do have a question by a man who is supposed to be attending his son's wedding, and I don't even know what he's doing at the Sunday service. David Hunt's son is getting married today, and I don't know what the father is doing on my chat right now because the wedding should be underway. David Hunt, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at your son's wedding? Like you're becoming a father-in-law today, David. No, these okra activities cannot be make you like skip a wedding. This is your son's. David, can you go back to church? Anabu, let's chase David out of this place because he has a son who is getting married today. And of course, he's only here to ask your opinion about okra, nothing else. So what is your take on okra to answer David Hunt so that we can chase him to go and and go and attend his son's wedding?
To answer his question, I'll be very blunt. In the Caribbean, we eat a lot of okra, so I'm an okra fan. I love it fried. I love it steamed. If you can cook it and it tastes good, I will eat it. Once it's just not too slimy, I'll eat it. But yeah, I love okra. If that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Anabu. David, you can now go for your son's wedding. The question has been answered.
And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah, let me tell you, this is Marciano. You can ask Anna these questions privately. You can't be using my chat to be asking private questions to Anna. We are, I want questions on what she's talking about, not like how long she's going to be ready to get ready for the nature walk and things like that. Yeah, Marciano, you will ask Anna these questions directly. Okay. I was going to ask Anna a question, but I think somebody has captured it. So, Fluffy Diva is asking, Anna, do you travel to clients' homes or do you have specific space requirements for a special occasion like weddings, etc.?
It all depends on what the client is looking for. When I do engage with my clients, we basically have a meeting where we talk about the pros and the cons. They can definitely come to my location, which would obviously be cheaper, but I do go to clients and set up and do what I need to do. If it's a wedding, if it's a hotel, I do go out of town actually. I even went to the States and do makeup, so I travel. I went to Vancouver to do makeup. I went to Montreal. Like, I do travel. So it all depends on what the client is looking for and if we can make it work. So, yeah, the sky is the limit. If you want me to beat your face and you're in Antarctica, once we have a flight and it's booked, I'll be.
Ooh. I love how she say, "Yeah, guys, you can fly me in. You can fly me in." David Ant, you could fly Anna Boo for that wedding in case you are still looking for a makeup artist. She can make her way there in the States. Make it happen. Just book the flight. Kisha asked a question as well here. What will you recommend for somebody who wants to start wearing makeup but a very light makeup and foundation makes them break out?
Hmm. I will say to you, definitely start off with concealer. Use a lightweight concealer, something that's more hydrating. Use that, or you can get into BB creams. BB creams is like a lotion, but it's more tinted. So it's a tinted type of moisturizer. Get into that. That's gonna give you more of a like this sun kissed type of look. Very dewy, very everyday. So I will say BB cream. Start off with BB cream, and then you can work your way up with a concealer. But don't get anything full coverage. Get something very lightweight, and then you work your way up. Hope that answers your question.
Okay, and I like the questions that are coming through on the chat. David has said he's going back to the wedding party. Good, thank you. All right. There's a question by Ricardo, and Ricardo and Susie asked almost the same thing about this is really futuristic. Ricardo is asking, where do you see yourself and your business 10 years from now? And do you think you'd step out of Canada to showcase your work? And Susie made it shorter. Susie asked, how do you see yourself in the next 5 years? So there's I think a short term and a long term based on the both questions. But I like the angle of will you step out of Canada to show your work?
I definitely plan to do that. I have been connecting with some people in Ghana who saw my work and want me to come in December or around December time. I think when it's come back home, I think. I don't know if what
Yes, for the holidays.
where they make a lot of movies and stuff like that. They wanted me to work with them. So there's a lot of opportunities out there, and I'm willing to take them on once it's, worthwhile me being there, and I can probably do a class or, meet. It's something like that. Like the possibilities are endless. Yes, I do plan on taking my business in America, probably UK, just doing what I can in the capacity that's given to me. I see myself working on big screens, see myself working with Paramount Plus, see myself working with Netflix, I've seen myself
Nice.
work with Disney Channel, you name it. I see myself working with these people in the future. And a big part of that is realizing that you have to step out on faith. And if this is something that I really want to do, I just can't sit down and just expect it to come to me. So right
Mm.
now, in the works of like really going to school and really taking the special effects stuff to another level, because when I'm done with that, I'll be full circle. When it comes to makeup, skincare, I can do a facial, I can do beat your face for the gods, I can turn you into a doppy, I can turn you into a anime character. I will be well rounded, so I think that's my next journey. So I'll be finished school. I will be finished school. I will have my business as a marketable big business, and I have different stations within the Caribbean and abroad. I want to have a flagship store that has everything to do with entertainment, a studio for people who have music. I want to have nail techs, hairstylists, all in one space under the Lashmi brand. Yeah, that's what
Wow.
I see myself in 10 to 5 years. The sky is the limit, and if I can do more than that, I will definitely fit it in some way, somehow. And to be a professional, to be a makeup artist for celebrities, which I'm already doing with local celebrities here in Toronto. So, yeah, I hope that answers.
And I love the dreams. And yeah, I think I agree with what Kisha and Marciano are saying. Take it to another level. And then Marciano says, yeah, the dreams are valid. Be you. And I like how it's bold. You're boldly ambitious, and it's very specific. There's a guest who was here at the Sunday service, and she said one thing that you guys need to be very specific on your dreams. You need to be very specific on your dreams that you ask the divine to avail to you, because it can't be. And God, maybe this will work. You have to be very specific. So I think I like how boldly specific these dreams are. Let me see that there's any question I may have missed. Ola Joe says, Anabu can cook, throw down in the kitchen. Share what foods you like to eat or prepare. Okay, something different than. Let's talk about food.
My favorite food is curry. I love curry chicken. I love curry
I,
goats. I like white rice. I love Jamaican food as well. I dabble in some African food here and there. I love puff puff. I love igusi soup. I love fufu. So
mm,
I love a lot of food. But I like preparing Caribbean infused food, if that makes sense.
okay, okay. The Nigerians and Jamaicans just got excited for no reason on the chat. And then BOK is asking, what sensitive skin glosses do you recommend for people like me?
Say that one more time.
What sensitive skin glosses do you recommend for people like me?
Well, right now there's a lot of brands that are catered for sensitive skin. At the top of my head, there's so much now I'm having a brain stuff. There's a lot of different brands now that if you go on like Sephora, they have like a tree and it's green and it's basically for people that have sensitive skin. I'm trying to find a name of one of them, and I'm having like a brain stuff right now. But I'll definitely answer the question when I remember what brand.
Okay. All
I
right.
will definitely recommend. I just can't remember one right now, but there's quite a few brands now because a lot of big brands, they're now reformulating their formulas to be more inclusive for people who have sensitive skin. So yeah, there's something out there, but the only downfall of that is they're going to be a little bit more expensive than your regular prices because they have to go far and beyond to try to make it as safe for sensitive skin as possible. Sephora Collection itself has a line that is for sensitive skin, so that's one that just came back to me. Kosas is also a clean brand as well that you can definitely get some products from them. The range is not the best in terms of eyeshadows and stuff like that, and the formulas don't work as great because realistically, in order for foundations and stuff to work really well, they have to have some level of chemical in them to like do what they do. So they're working on the formulas. There's some ones that are good, some ones are not really that good, but you just have to. It's a lot of trial and error. And even though it says clean, it might not be clean for you. That's why I always tell people to go to these places and try them out on your hands, on your palms, and see if you react to them. Always try it on your inner arms because your inner arms is a little bit more sensitive than anywhere else, and you'll see if it affects you or anything like that in the stores. So that's my advice, basically.
Right. Great questions, guys. I am so impressed. And once again, guys, if you haven't connected to Anna Boo, please click on the pinned link on top of my chat. It will kick you over to her live stream, and then make sure that you connect to her. Watch the live stream from the other side, and make sure you give her a thumbs up, so that you're able to be part of that beautiful community, and you can always ask all these many questions you are asking. Guys, she's not going to answer all these questions at the Sunday service. That is why you have to be part of her channel. Then you can be asking these things also on her channel, and then she can answer them in the comment section when she's doing her live streams and those kind of engagements. You cannot be waiting for my guests to come to the Sunday service, and then that's when you want to start asking them everything about content creation. Of course, I'm saying that on a lighter note. But thank you so much, everyone, for the for that support. Nigerians behave. Nigerians, why? Like, if any, I know there are some. I know there are Nigerians on the live stream. He's like, did she say a goosey soup? Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, don't fall for it, Anna. They want you to now start giving more information. Don't fall for it. You already gave your answer. Don't fall for it. If you want further commentary on the whatever food she said, go and ask her privately on her channel. You have to make sure that you're watching those videos. You have to make sure that you're watching those videos. Um, Anna, I've looked at, some of the things you do, and even the clients you've worked with, and just going through some of the pictures that you shared with us. In case in case somebody is watching you right now, and there are many of them because we have about 68 eyes looking at us right now. In case somebody on the chat is like wondering, I've never worn makeup. They are nervous about it. Maybe they're going for a wedding, or maybe they're going to make a TV appearance or something like that. How do you approach that situation just to make sure that they feel comfortable, especially if it's something that they've never done? Especially if they want to look flawless, because they tell you, well, you're going to appear on camera, so you need to
I If they're gonna do it themselves or they're looking for like professional help. Which
yeah,
one
maybe
do
let's say for you, because you've been the professional, let's say that it's been done by a professional. So let's say, for example, Anabu is on set of the Goga film or something like that. Goga has never applied makeup, but Anabu has been hired by the production team as part of that set. So in case I'm in that situation, I've never done this before and I'm nervous. How do you approach that situation? Oops, sorry guys, we lost Anna, but hopefully she'll be back shortly. Hey, why is this phone behaving like after I've already we've been moving very well. So guys, as I wait for Anna to come back, let's just let's solve the technical issues. Just to make sure that at least it's sorted out. In case you have not connected to Anna, please do that. Goga, I asked a question earlier. Fluffy Diva, the question has been answered. You asked about the whether she goes to homes and stuff. She just answered that question, Fluffy. I hope you maybe you missed it when you are maybe you are taking a walk or something. But she has answered the question. She has answered the question. And then I see. Let me see there anything else. Marciano, Anna, are we good? I can hear you. I think I have your sound, but we are missing your video again.
Mm-hmm. I think somebody just called me, so it kind of kicked me out, so I have to come back in.
All right, no worries. No worries. At least now we know the drill. Now we know the drill.
Somebody called, so every time somebody calls me, it kind of like mess up the stream. So I'm so
Guys, if you're watching Anna, she's kind of on TV, and I know you're subscribed to her channel. Anna Boo is on TV. Please don't call her until she finishes the Sunday service. She's on TV. In case you want to ask her anything, come to her channel. Drop it on the chat. She'll be able to see it and will be able to ask on your behalf. I know she's booked, blessed, and busy, but yeah, guys, she's on TV right now. She's on the Sunday service. Thank you. I have to say, guys, I had to say it. So her battery is good. Her battery is good. It's just that somebody called and you guys, what do you normally do when you're on live streams and people call you? Like it's always something I've always been very curious about. Like, what do you guys do on live streams when people call you? Especially those of you who use your phones for live streams, because I know some of us here use our laptop. So when the phone is ringing, I'll be able to tell that the phone is ringing. But what do you guys normally do when somebody calls you in the middle of a live stream? But yes, she's kind of on TV right now. So please, clients, everyone, please allow us to. Let's see. At least we have your sound, Anna. Okay, good. Perfect. Flawless. As always. Ooh, what happened? Oh. Anna, I was telling your clients to like you're kind of on TV, so they need to give you like a moment until you leave the set. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I love how Anna is scrolling her phone with the nails and stuff. I was trying to figure out how she's able to scroll. Anna, can you hear me? Anna, I can see you and I can hear you. All right. Okay. Marciano says you almost addressed my question. Okay. A lot of receipts here for Reds, praying for Goga. That was a wonderful station break. Yes, Olajo, I know, right? Thank you. So yeah, we took a break to remind people to make sure that the girl is on TV. Let her thrive and prosper a little. Let her thrive and prosper a little while she's on TV. But yeah, it's a good thing you guys need to consider, like when you go live and people are calling you. Yikes, I don't know which one was Anna's. I don't know which screen to add. Okay, let's see. Anna, you froze again. Oh, there you go. You're back. I love your background, by the way. I love your background. Be okay, leave my background alone. That is the Sunday service. I'm on set. I'm on TV. Be okay. I'm on TV. Be okay. Anna, we can see you good. It's okay. I don't think she can hear me. Let me see. All right, let's see. Don't worry, she'll be back. Anna, we can hear you good. I think I could hear you fine. So I don't know. Maybe do what you did. Do what you did like earlier. I don't know what you did. I think you closed everything and then you came back. So guys, as I wait for Anna to come back once again, if in case you don't have Anna Boo Lashmi Beats, who is our Sunday service guest, this is her channel. You can go appreciate some of her works. It's a very beautiful channel just to look at, and even the pictures And that is going to be the next part of our conversation, just for us to talk about the pictures and, the artistry that goes into creating these thumbnails, these banners, and whatnot. Okay, let me say that she's back now. Anna, which one is your, yes, this. Let's try that again. Anna, can you hear me? We can hear your sound. We can hear the fan. We can hear everything.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yay! Okay, I'm happy. So long as we can communicate, it's okay. So we are waiting for her to set up. Ola Jo says, I started putting my phone on silent and do not disturb if I stream from my phone. The calls will interrupt a live stream. Absolutely. It's important. It's important. And then BOK is asking, Goga, do you shape your own eyebrows or go somewhere to get it done? No, they're natural, honey. They're always natural. Yeah. But now that I have Anabu, I will say that I can extend them a bit so that they can be, in case it gets hot, they can be like cooling my my eyes and my face. Yeah, be cooling my eyes and my face. So as I wait for Anna to get back, that it's frozen a bit. That I think is going to be she's working on fixing it. Um, Agatha says, "Be okay." Goga has been assuming your question for the longest time now. No, I answered the question. It was about my lashes. I did answer the question. Right. So as I was saying, guys, you need to you need to make sure that you are connected to Anabu Lashmi Beat so that at least you can get to be part of this beautiful channel. We're having a bit of a technical hiccup, but she's going to come back. But I think we've done very well. She's answered quite a lot of questions, so we've done very well generally. Um, right. So let me just wait for her to get back, and then we can get the show back on the road. One thing I want you guys to confirm for me before Anna gets back: have you guys connected to her? Did you click on the pinned link and confirm that you are connected to her channel? The link will throw you to her live stream. So we are streaming both in Toronto, Canada, and Kenya. So make sure you have clicked on the link to take you all the way to Canada. Watch the live stream from Canada. After giving me my thumbs up here in Kenya, watch the live stream from Canada so that it can stick. That support can stick. Redzum says, I'm still traumatized from this morning's flight. Redzum, I already told people here that you are crashed, but I'm not one to gossip, so I did not want to start talking about this crash. And I don't know which camera is yours. I'm seeing two of them. Oh, there we go. Yes, I think we are back now. Let's adjust you a bit to put you on the center. If I can get it. Yes, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I think something. I want you to just do a quick.
Can you hear me?
I think. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I want you to do something real quick on the camera. I think the camera is a bit. We may need to just wipe the camera a bit. It has this like a blurriness to it. I just want you to just get just wipe the camera a bit, just to get rid of that. The And guys, don't call Anna. Don't call Anna. She's on TV right now. She's on TV. So wait until she finishes the show. Right. Perfect. And then I see Professor Green. Welcome. Welcome, Prof. Nice to see you, Prof. Thank you so much. It's a bit
I
blurry
don't
though.
know, but I can't hear you from the main phone that I'm using.
Did you increase the volume? Take your time. Oh, no worries. Oops. Um. Okay, Red says I was connected already. Hold on, guys. We'll get her back. We'll get her back. We'll get her back. Uh, we'll get her back. Google loves to avoid my carefully crafted questions. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anna, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Um, Let me see. Where we stopped? So I think you're in the middle of giving me an answer. I think you're in the middle of giving me an answer in terms of somebody who is nervous about makeup. Somebody wants to try makeup for the first time, uh, especially from a professional like you. What is the kind of advice you'll give them? There's a bit of delay.
I will definitely tell them to do like more of a normal glam, or basically something that's very simple, something that's not going to be too much, not going to be too much of high contours, not probably a bright lip. It's going to be something that's more subdued, and work themselves into something else, because you can do makeup and let it looks very natural without adding false lashes, without doing all the bills and whistles. So I would say start off with something very small, something very skin focused and not necessarily the eyes. So focus on the skin, getting back to that youthful look, probably doing a little bit of
Oh no. Oh no. Sorry, Anna. We lost you again. Jeremy live, welcome, Jeremy. Thanks so much for coming in. Um, yes, sorry about it. You're talking up. I think you're in the middle of your answer.
Can you hear me?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. So basically, starting off with something very simple, very skin focused, and not necessarily doing a lot with the eyes and stuff like that, and see how comfortable they are.
Nice, nice, nice. Thanks so much, guys. In case you have any question you want to ask, please feel free to do that. And then in case somebody loves the idea of makeup, but they feel overwhelmed by all the products, techniques, they just I know some of you when they see you already our walking billboard, they just start getting overwhelmed. It's like this is going to be so expensive. This is so much to do. And maybe even to the people cannot afford a professional and maybe they want to do the makeup on their own. How would you advise them to go about it?
There's a lot of ways that you can access makeup now. One of my favorite stores right now to get makeup products from is from Dollar Tree. You you can definitely get Dollar Tree makeup and make it into something that looks like you spend $1 million. You can go. We have in Canada called Dollar Tree. That's like similar to Dollar Tree that you guys have. We call it Dollarama. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you can go and get affordable makeup there. You can get a little bit of foundation. You can get a little bit of lips and stuff like that. You can go to the beauty supply store. You have your LA Girl pro concealers. You have drugstore makeup that is not that expensive that you can definitely use and experiment. And then when you get comfortable with using those products, you can always elevate and get more higher brands and stuff like that. So I would say start small, start very affordable, and if you find something that works for you, continue using it. Because I have a lot of high-end products, but I also have a lot of drugstore products that works pretty fine. Because when I first started out, I was using drugstore products. I just have a very expensive palette right now, but I'm humbled and I'm not afraid to go into those separate stores and get what I need and make it work. So yeah.
I love how she's saying she has an expensive palette right now. But she's not afraid to go and get what she needs. You have a question here by Marciano, which I think is a very valid question. How long does it take for you to do your makeup? And I don't know if Marciano is asking this. Maybe it's because of the nature walk that is about to happen. But yeah, on average, for like how long does it take for you to do your own makeup?
I literally took 30 minutes to do my makeup today because I was running a little bit late. So I did all of this in 30 minutes.
Wow. Okay. So Mastiano, 30 minutes. So just make sure the date is like yeah, make sure you give her enough time. You give her enough time for the nature walk. For the nature walk. Thank you for asking that. All right. Don't worry, Anabu. I'm still I'm now just getting into
Sorry.
some segments.
It depends on what you're looking for will determine how much time it takes.
Okay. Photography is also something that is very clear. I'm just looking at your channel right now. I'm looking at some of the pictures you have going on the channel. The thumbnails are stunning. Like photography, it means that there's something that goes on there in terms of how you take your pictures. And how these pictures, they are very high quality. They are real pictures. They are very realistic in nature. If you're to talk about photography, how much effort do you, because you're not just a makeup artist, but you're also you're also into photography. Talk to us about your basic tips when it comes to photography, especially for somebody who is a beginner and they are trying to figure out photography in their own little way. Where do they start? Where do they start? What are the things you look at when you're making your thumbnails? What are the things you look at when you're taking pictures of your work for them to stand out even to clients? And what are some of the tips you can give content creators here who are struggling to make their pictures stand out?
Okay. I'm definitely listening to you in on this phone. The phone that I'm actually screaming from, I don't know what happened. I'm not hearing the sound from it. So if I'm a little bit delayed, so sorry for the inconvenience, but we're just gonna
No,
make it work.
no worries.
Um, for me, I think photography and makeup go hand in hand. And when I wanted to develop as an artist, I really had to tap into how can I bring the vision that I'm envisioning to life, not only with the makeup but also with the photograph. So for the trick that I think a lot of people can use, I still use PhotoGrid. That's one of my biggest apps that I use in order to work on my pictures and stuff like that. A lot of times, the lighting that I use in order to create is not the best lighting for the vision I'm going for. Sometimes I need the back to be blended out. I need my face to like pop up. So I have to work around what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So I think it goes hand in hand. I took a lot of years in order to learn how to edit and stuff like that, but it's something that I enjoy doing and I enjoy seeing it coming through in the pictures. So I take a lot of pride in how I present when my work is done. Because sometimes, to be honest with you, I spend an hour on a look, and when it comes to the photo part of it, it takes longer to get the perfect shots, to get the vibe that I'm going for. I have to like become a model for myself in order to bring out the kind of look or the emotions that I'm trying to portray. And I think pictures are like an emotion. You want to feel something. And when you look at my picture, I want you to feel something. Even if I'm doing something that's beauty, I'm going to give you seductive eyes. I'm going to give you pumped lips so that you can tune into something and locked in that way. And I think that's how photography is for me. I want you to be drawn in. I want you to be consumed with all that's going on within a picture or a video.
Oh wow.
So I hope
Uh,
that answers that question.
Are there any when in case somebody is using their phone, for example, because for me, I love your thumbnails particularly, especially the thumbnails you use. What editing tools do you use for these pictures? What are some of the the softwares that you normally use for your editing process, just to get an idea of how you go about your editing, and also do you shoot using your phone or you have a dedicated camera?
Okay. I do have a professional camera. I have a Canon LX, I think. I do have a professional camera, but do I use my professional camera all the time? No, because you just don't have the time to do all of that and to set it up and to edit. But if I'm really doing something like outdoors and stuff like that, I definitely grab for my Canon. But I use my iPhone. I have an iPhone 11 right here, and I'm on an iPhone 13 right now streaming. So I use my phone and I use an app called PhotoGrid. It's a very old app, and I use the free version. I don't pay for anything extra. I just been using it for such a long time that I know exactly what I'm looking for, what I want. I love my pictures to have a lot of pigmented image. I like it to be vibrant, to be eye catching, and I just play around with the lighting actually, to be honest, because I already did most of the work, which actually putting on the makeup is just to tune the lighting at the back and soften it up if it needs to be softened. Yeah. But PhotoGrid is what I use. And presently I start using CapCut to do my long form videos. I'm still working it out because it's a pretty new app for me. Before that I used to use iMovie on the Apple store. I used to use that, but I'm upgraded now. So I'm using CapCut and I'm still kind of learning how to use it. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Ah, nice. I'm just going through the pictures and I'm just like, wow, this is good stuff. This is actually good stuff. And guys, if you have any question you want to ask Anna on her photography, and in case you have any tips you want to like seek a few tips on photography, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask her. In terms of just based on her from artist perspective. Kyra is saying the thumbnails are thumbnailing. The thumbnails are thumbnailing. The thumbnails are thumbnailing. And then Marciano says, I took a picture. People thought it was AI. People thought it was AI. And then Kisha the stylist says, modeling for yourself is the hardest part. Modeling for yourself is the hardest part. And I think that is very interesting. Um, Anabu, let us talk about your YouTube journey. What is it that made you like want to start sharing your content on a platform such as YouTube? Because you're a professional makeup artist, you could actually just be making money and from your clients because it pays the bills. The business is just fine, and it works very well. You could be selling your collection of lashes, your brushes, your all these nice trinkets at the Lash Me Beat collection. But what made you like start actually sharing your artistry on a platform such as YouTube? And why was it important strategically for you to actually get onto this platform to start sharing the content?
I think that I said this a lot. If you guys watch like some of my old videos, I use YouTube as like a therapy session, and it was the only place that I never really promote on my other social media platforms, like on my Facebook. I have like over 6,000 people. My TikTok, I have like over 2,000 something. My Instagram has 2,000 something. Like, it's the only place that I come and I think I can be my authentic self without being judged based on what I post and how I post it and stuff like that. I never talk on my other platforms. I will promote something, but you never hear me actually have a conversation. So YouTube is where I came, and I have diaries where I'm just sitting down talking about life. I do makeup and stuff like that. So it was more of like a therapeutic stuff for me and something that I can look back on when I have kids and stuff like that in the future. I can go back and say, okay, that's where I was, that's what I was doing, and stuff like that. So I think that's where it stemmed from. And then eventually, as I matured into a business owner, stuff like that, I wanted to capture these moments and share them with people because I was influenced by other people watching their channels and stuff like that. And if they can do it, I can do it too. And yeah, that's just where the passion came from.
Right. Do you find how do you find video editing as opposed to picture editing? Because I know for you, photos are part of your portfolio as an artist. Um, how do you find video editing generally, as speaking as an artist, as opposed to like editing your pictures?
Video editing is pretty hard. It is pretty hard editing video. You have to have patience, you have to have time. And I think a lot of times people don't give people a lot of credit when they sit down and they make beautiful content, you know? Because it's not easy. Making the content, finding the perfect angle, the lighting has to be right, what you're saying has to be right, and just that whole process, and then you have to render it. Sometimes when you already render it, something goes wrong, the audio messed up and stuff like that. It's a lot, especially when you're working with a deadline and stuff like that. But I think practice makes perfect, and as I said, like that's one of my mottos. So you practice until better can be done. But I'm the type of person that I'm not going to sit down and wait for perfect. I'm going to work through it. So at the end of the day, you're going to see my flaws, you're going to see my mistakes, but I can assure you that it's going to be better and better and better and better. So sometimes as creatives, we need to give ourselves grace because not everybody has the capacity to do things the way that you do it, you know?
Right. And yeah, I think I totally agree with this. And a lot of people, I think, I like the comments coming through on the chat, and I think they're just agreeing with you. BOK says editing videos will be my undoing, and then Ola Joe says it gets easier over time, and the more you do it. And then Kisha the stylist says editing videos isn't for the weak. Editing videos is. I love shooting, and but then now when you tell me to do the editing, I'm like, it will be nice. This is the point where I start manifesting assistants and the whole production team. So so that they can just show up on set and then they do the bulk of the work. Um, editing softwares that you use, Anabu. Editing softwares that you use other than CapCut, because you talked to us about CapCut
I
and
wish I had a
iMovie.
production team, to be honest.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
I used to use like I have a very successful photographer. I think I'm lagging a little bit, but I have a very professional photographer. He's called Ink. He's from Barbados, and he came for like 3 4 months, and he set me up for success. We bought a new laptop. He put a lot of Lightroom softwares and stuff like that. So my initial first couple of videos, I was really using my laptop and my Canon camera. And at some point, I want to get back to using my Canon camera because I think the quality is going to be better. It's just that I'm going to have to get more softwares to help me with the editing part of it because I love how that setup used to be. Like it used to be crystal clear. I really want to get back into using a Canon camera or a camera to make content, if that makes sense. So hopefully all goes well. I will elevate and get back to the quality that I used to have before. It's just that it takes a lot of work to film, take it out of the camera into the laptop, run your software through it, and then render it. And sometimes it takes a lot of time to render. So the rendering part is just my thing, and then now you have to have very super fast internet in order to power some of this stuff that the apps that you have. So it's a lot that goes into the technical part of being a creator, but I'm just doing the best that I can until better can be done. And I'm just being transparent and honest with you guys. Like I'm just doing what I can.
No, it's important. It's important because that also like brings in the angle that you have to be realistic as a creator. That these are the challenges that go on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. One last thing I would want to ask you in terms of just photography and YouTube content. As a tip. Do you have any favorite lighting hacks or backgrounds that work well for you, especially those people who are trying to do beauty and lifestyle kind of content? Um,
I back in the days I used to take curtains and I used to hang it at the back of me to create the ambience.
mhm.
And also, I bought a ring light. Like, a ring light is very essential for beauty content because you really want your audience to see what you're doing and you also want it to be as clear as possible. So, it's very essential for you to get a ring light. Like, that's one of the most important things for you to get. And once you have a smartphone, use your smartphone. Use your smartphone and make the content and work your way up until you can advance and get a camera and stuff like that. Um, the advice is just use what you have and make it work. That's all I can do. That's all I can say on that, to be honest.
All right. The other thing that most people normally ask, and you have been in the pageantry space, you've been in the runways, and you could help us understand this. As a creator, so think of us, most content creators struggle with this, especially when they are doing live streams. How can creators in your opinion, how do you think content creators can pose and even present themselves just to feel more confident in front of the camera? What the reason I'm asking this is because in the past I never used to look at the camera until somebody on YouTube came and said, Goga, I want you to look at the camera on your phone directly as you are talking. And then she told me the same thing. Now I want you to look at what you are looking at. I was of course looking at my laptop because I was trying to like look at myself. And I remember one of the things that she told me is that always look at the camera, don't look at yourself on the device because people will think that you're not looking at them. But what are some of the tricks normally used to also just show people that confidence on camera, just even in terms of you posing and even how you sit and even how you interact with your lens?
In my mind, how I process that, I think of it like I am in an interview and I'm talking to a manager or I'm talking to a CEO of a business, and that's how I kind of do it. If I'm in this particular session and I'm just talking, I'm going to present myself very well. I'm going to make sure my posture is right. I'm going to look directly into the camera as much as I can so that you can feel how I'm talking and you can get the vibe from me. So those are the tricks that you've learned. I've learned in pageantry basically how you present yourself. So you're going to talk like if you're talking to a manager. You really want this job? How bad do you want the job? It's based on how you're gonna answer these questions. So that's what I think about. I will be honest and say I do streaming, live streaming. I'm still not confident enough in my live streaming when I'm doing makeup because I'm very anal with how my makeup looks and the process that I go through in order to make sure that the look comes out how I want it to come out and also engaging with the people as well. So I have to learn, I'm learning that now to how to do makeup online and still engaging with my audience at the same time. So I'm still working through the kinks of that. But yeah.
Nice. And I like we have the visuals back perfectly. I was trying to like wait for it to come back. Um, and guys, if you have any question you want to ask Anna on the chat, please feel free to ask it on the chat so that I can be able to put it before her. And don't worry, guys, we are getting towards the tail end. So I know that like, Goga, please ask my question. Please ask my question. Don't worry, we're almost getting there. We're almost getting there. Um, Business and branding. And branding is one thing that you're very intentional about, and it is in your logos. Beat of the gods, slash me beat of the gods. The tagline alone is already like a catchphrase. Why is branding very important for you, and why do you think, as a creator or even as an artist, it's important for you to like pay attention to things like this?
It is important for branding because you want to set yourself apart from everybody else who is doing the same thing. Makeup is a very saturated market, and you want to do something that is going to give you that shock factor, but also sets you on a different level. If you don't have like a website or you don't have like a business email, stuff like that. These are things that are going to set you apart from just somebody who says, okay, I'm just doing makeup and you can come get your makeup done. No, I have a website I can show you. I can pull up my Instagram where you can see previous clients. It's very important, especially because we're in this digital world. Having a digital footprint is very essential for your business going forward. So I treasure myself on branding and making sure that Lash Me Beat is going to be seen in every way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's very
Right.
important. It's a something that can take you from here to there just by how you put yourself together, how will your products look, whatever you're doing, whether it's beauty, whatever you're doing. Once you have that branding and that's going on, like your previous Sunday service guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he
Winston.
has the perfect branding where he has on his shirts in his videos, his wife has on her shirt. Like it's so refreshing to see because a lot of times I can look at that and say, okay, that person takes himself very seriously and takes his business very seriously. So branding is very important, and every time I can get to plug my logo when I go to work, I don't wear glamorous clothes. I wear my T-shirt that says "Lash Me Beats," and at the back it has my Instagram and it says "Beats for the Gods," because that's what I do. I beat and I beat for the gods. So it's very important for you to brand to yourself, especially when you want to take yourself to the next level. It's very important.
Right. I love the tagline and the slogan "Beat of the Gods." Like, where did that come from? Like, I know you gave us how the Lashmi beat came up. What about the slogan itself? The beat of the gods. Where did this? What inspired this? Because I love it.
Be- because when I have a client and when the client experience, I've had some like some clips on my Instagram where I finished completed my makeup and I turned the mirror to the client and I gave them like that, and the surprise that they feel and the warmth that they feel, and they so in shock. It says to me, okay, I beat your face down. And I didn't beat it for the people on the earth, I beat it for the gods. So the gods are looking down and say, okay, you eat that. So I'm beating for the gods is just like a metaphor saying that, oh my God, they can see it. The gods up there can see how lovely you look from on earth. So it's not for the regular people. It's broader than that. It's bigger than that. The gods are seeing you. So that's how it came about, and I love it because I beat for the gods. I stomped down for the gods.
Man, I love it. It's very powerful, even in its even just saying it is just like, oof, yeah, it's one of those things. One of the things that that also stands out is really your business logo as well. What investment went into you coming up with your, documenting things like your logo, your slogans, the pictures, the art that goes into the picture? Like, did you get this professionally done, or did you like actually have to do it on your own? What is the investment in terms of your branding?
Money. I spent a lot of money on the branding aspect of it. I went to a local designer here in Canada, and he charged me, I think, $500 because I have my logo, I have my business cards, I have, just say I'm doing something with somebody, I can send them like the images where the background is blended out. Like I have a whole folder of different versions of my logos, different versions of my taglines and stuff like that. I spend real money because when I think about my business, I want it to be the best of the best. So I will spend my money every time to get it to a certain level.
Okay. Be okay says, Anna, you're incredible. That's what sets you apart. That's what sets you apart. Just getting in some compliments in there. The next thing I'm going to talk about is really the faith,
Thank
perseverance, and
you.
yeah, faith, perseverance, and legacy. Just for Anna Boo herself. One of your motto is to have faith even when you can't see the light. Um, how has this carried you through tough seasons in your career and life? Just having that faith when you can't even see the light, and you still keep showing up. Um,
I think for me, I've had so much bad days, so much bad times that the person that my mother is and how she raised us, I always look back on that because no matter what happened, my mother made sure that we have something to eat. My mother made sure that she did all that she can in order to set us apart from the other kids in the community and stuff like that. So when I'm in those kind of dark space, the only person that can really motivate me to come out of that is looking back at the sacrifice my mother makes and who she is as a person and how she, embraced the family and she brought her whole family, like her sisters and brothers, from Guyana to Antigua to start their life and then they eventually, brought their kids to Antigua and stuff like that. So my mother is a pioneer in the family. And those are elements that I hold on to in the dark days. And that's one of the things my mother always said, and I hold on to that. So no matter how dark my situation gets, I always see the light at the end of the tunnel. Because if you don't have faith, what do you have?
mm,
You have to see it before anybody sees it. And that's how I live my life. I see what I want, and I'm going to go and get it. No matter how long it may take me, I'm going to get it. So that's how I do things. So I hope that
I
answers that question.
I know, I love it. It has, you've answered it elegantly. I don't even want to dilute the elegance of the words. You also like do mentor and coach people when it comes to the craft. And I like how
Yeah.
even as part of your expansion plan, you're looking into how you can be having one-on-ones with people who actually want to get into this particular space. What is that legacy that you hope to leave for the people you mentor and coach in this industry?
I want my legacy to be of somebody who had a vision, who, no matter what obstacle comes in their way, they overcome it with hard work and determination. And me having a YouTube channel, and you can go back and see when I become a millionaire and have my private island and stuff like that. You can look back and say, okay, she came from nothing, and she is something now. Yeah, So that's what I want. And I also want people to embrace themselves no matter where they come from, you can achieve it. No matter where you are in this world, don't matter if you don't have running water, don't matter if no current is in your house, you can become somebody. It only takes one person to see you to put you in a different space and elevate your life. So don't ever give up on yourself and don't ever give up on your dream. So I want people to see that in me, the legacy that I'm going to leave for the people, that you can become whoever you want to become with hard work and determination, and nothing's going to stop you. So I think that's what I want people to remember me and remember my legacy, because I've worked really hard to create everything that I have. Lashmi Beat, me as a person, I want people to always remember that under all this makeup, this glitz, this glamour, it's a human being, and I'm loving, I'm kind, and I'm willing to share what I know within reason. So, yeah, that's what I want people to really understand and put God first. Very important. And everything that you do, put God first, because I'm, as much as I can be rinky tinky tank and up and down and round and round, my core is always going to be with God and just putting him first, because without him, nothing in this world is possible. So I think I answered the question.
Nice. And yes, I definitely you've answered. And joyful designs is adding there. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. And this was a very beautiful word quoted by Big Boss Lady T, who was seated exactly where you were seated the Sunday service like 2 weeks ago. Okay, guys, I feel free to like bring in those nice questions and comments that you may have. The good thing, I know some of you have been asking these things during the show, so it's going to make our life a bit easy after we are done with the questions. um and I think Olaju is saying bravo, love it, absolutely, put God first. And then amen, amen, amen. I like that, I like that, I like that. I think it's coming through very well. My final question, Anna, my final question is very like, how do I put it? It's going to be very like, it's one of those things. If somebody was to leave this Sunday service today, and you just want them to remember one thing, let's say they forget everything else, like special effects, they forget about, the camera tricks and tips. What is that one message that you always hope that anybody who interacts with you, like, at least they go with it? What is that one message you never want people to forget? Anybody who interacts with you, be it a client, be it a relative, be it a mentee. Yeah.
I will say this, and I sound like a broken record right now, but I will still say it. I want you to take away that anything is possible. Anything in life is possible. Just you have to just apply yourself. You have to be humble, be grateful for the life that you do have, and just live life. Life is worth living, and I will hope that somebody takes away that anything is possible. I just anything is possible. Simple, sweet, and to the point. Anything is possible with hard work and determination. Anything is possible, and I mean anything. So I would love them to take away something like that, and they can apply it to any part of their life. You know.
Right. Guys, if you don't have Anabu, the channel is up there. Johnny's World TV, click on the pinned link. It will take you to her live stream. We're also multi-streaming on the other side, and you'll get to at least be part of that channel. Anabu, there is one bonus question that I forgot to ask, and that was your social media strategy, because you mentioned that you have TikTok, you mentioned that you have Instagram, and like, how do you balance between across platforms, especially when it comes to like these other social media platforms, just to promote your content and your craft?
I just create the content and I post it. I don't really follow up with, the trends that's going on. I just do what I love because I find that in the society that we live in, a lot of times people like fast fashion, they like fast things. And I'm making content because I love making content. I'm not making content to please people. I'm not making content because it's trending. I make content because I love the art form and I love what I do. So for TikTok, I just go make the content, I post it and leave it there. For Instagram, I do engage with people on Instagram, Facebook, I do the same thing. Right now, I'm focusing all of my energy on YouTube because I want to grow and I want to advance and I want to learn more. So I think I'm just going to focus on the YouTube platform. But I also, when I make content, I make a lot of videos and shorts and I put them together and I just recycle the content on all platforms. It's a very smart way to do. When I do a look, I take pictures, I take videos, I fix them up and I put them on the social media and I run that one video to all of my social medias. But I don't necessarily go off a trend or anything like that, if that makes sense. And I think it helps me with my mental health because I'm not really pushing myself in the spotlight to do things what people expect me to do, if that makes sense.
Sorry, guys, a great story is good until another one is told. I don't take it for granted. We have had an amazing conversation here, a lot of insights coming through from Anabu. Anabu, in the usual trend, before we let you at least do your big speech, because I don't see any question that is standing out on the chat. I'm going to make you answer some rapid, quick fire questions. Don't overthink it. Just one answer, and then you move on. They're only five. They're only five, and they're related to your content. And then
Okay.
we'll let you do your sign, your outro, and maybe say anything maybe
Okay.
that may be left, that maybe you wanted people to wanted people just to know, and then we'll be able to release you. So number one. If your makeup bag could only hold 3 items, what will they be?
Lashes, a lip gloss, and something to do my brows.
Okay. Which is more stressful? A bride running late or a camera battery dying in the middle of a photo or video shoot?
A bride running late.
Okay. If you could do makeup for any historical figure or celebrity, dead or alive, who will it be?
That's an interesting one. American celebrity Jennifer Hudson, Antiguan celebrity Claudette Peters.
Ooh, two. She picked two. She picked two. Wow. Okay. Good. Uh Second last one. You have lived in Antigua and Toronto. Which place has the best selfie lighting?
Definitely, where the beach is just at the beginning, Antigua and Barbuda.
Okay. Last question. What is the one beauty trend you secretly wish would come back today?
question again for me?
Okay. Which is the one beauty trend that you secretly wish would make a comeback today?
Ah, hmm. That's an interesting question. I think 90s makeup.
90s makeup. Okay, tell us more. Tell us more. Just give us more context. Why is it? Some people here, some people are not even born here in the 90s on this chat. But talk to us more about this. Why is it important?
I think back in those days it was, yeah, in 90s makeup it was very much minimal, but then it also had a pop of personalities. Girls were using like lip liners, black lip liners with like a lip gloss, a very one color eyeshadow vibe. The brows used to be very, very thin. Yeah, it was a vibe. It was definitely a vibe. A little bit castic ready, but I think elements of it I love.
Okay. That's it. I mean, well done, guys. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any question that is yeah burning on the chat. Ola Joe agrees. Yes, 90s makeup on top. Hey, Ola Joe. It appears that Anna just spoke to your heart. Be okay says good answer, good answer, good answer. I appreciate that. And thanks so much, Johnny, for connecting to Anna.
Yeah.
Anna, I don't want. It's been. Can you imagine? It's already been 3.5 hours, and I know I don't want to make you like stay here so that we can beat Winston's record. As much as I would want to. The last part I'm going to now leave you is I'm just going to put you on solo layout so that we can have you like do your outro, do your call to action. I mean, you can take as much time as you want because I don't see any question on the chat. And then once you are done, we'll be able to release you. And just try to like you can of course you can do your call to action, promote the channel, any message in case there are any receipts that you may have before we release you. Feel free to drop them.
Okay. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Golda, for inviting me to the Sunday service. I want to thank each and everyone for being a part of the Sunday service. I think this is a movement that is benefiting a lot of creators, small creators, big creators. Having a platform where you can come and express your passion and express your journey and let people tap into the person and not necessarily the brand. We don't have a lot of people who does those type of stuff. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful platform. And I hope and trust that the people that are coming after me will learn something, and the people that have been before me, you can go back and because I think you have 100 and something people who have been at the Sunday service. So there's a lot of knowledge to learn. There's a lot of things that you can pick up from these avenues like this. So I want to say thank you so much for having me. To my fans, to my friends, to my supporters, for the people who shows up for me, for my moderators, to be okay, Ola Joe, all of you guys, thank you so much for always supporting, always showing me love in my comment section. What I do is very hard. I put a lot of money, effort into it, so I'm really appreciative when you guys show up and comment and share my posts and stuff like that. It means so much to me. What can you expect from Lashmi Beat Anastasia? You can expect greatness. We're going into the Halloween season, and I don't want you guys to think of makeup, especially special effects makeup, as something being demonic or whatever the case may be. A lot of times people tend to take it to that level, but we're just having fun and we're just recreating certain things, you know? And as simple as you see special effects is, special effects has helped so much people, you know, in real life to recreate a crime scene, stuff like that, to gather personal information and stuff like that. So there's a lot of elements to makeup and special effects makeup. So I don't want you to just be so close-minded to blood and stuff like that. It's just another expression, basically. So I want you to like, and I hope and pray that I've done enough to give you the opportunity to come to my channel and give it a try. Like, look at it, look at how I create stuff, and don't stay outside and judge and assume. Come on in. I welcome you with open arms. And yeah, the sky's the limit. I don't know exactly. I know a lot of things I'm not gonna say. I'm just gonna keep it unlocked. But yeah, that's all I want to basically say. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties with the internet and stuff like that. It's beyond my control. I'm only a one-woman band. I don't have well, not a team of people working with me. I'm just me one. So I'm really honored, and I hope and trust that you guys learned something. You guys learned about me. Lashmi Beaton is excited to see what I have in store for you guys. So thank you, and thank you so much for the love and support. I really, really, really appreciate it. This is going to go down in the history books because I don't do a lot of interviews, which I need to start doing. But thank you so much for opening your platform and giving me the chance to unwind, have a drink, have good conversation, and I hope and trust that I touched somebody out there.